Hello. How's it going? How you doing? It's me, it's your boy. It's Geese. How are you? Uh, it's Wednesday. Normally we play a longer game on Wednesday, but I'm feeling pretty tired. I actually just got it from a nap. And I just kind of want to vibe and chill for a bit. So we're gonna do that instead. We're gonna play some Glitchhikers. Hey, how are you? Uh, hope you're doing good. Hello, Fasty. It's been a little while. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're treating yourself well. Yeah, that's it. It's been a while. How are you? What up, Frost? Swooshy, Louvy, sleepy, comfy. We'll sleepy. Sleepy checks out. Comfy it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell, but we'll go with we'll go sleepy. It's a line around. Half meeting. Oh, napping. Yeah, I feel you. Yep. Yep, it's still one of those weeks, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's fine. Couple things before we get in. Right off the bat, don't know what type of Glitchhikers is a game about conversation. It's about walking around talking to people about things. They just kind of bring up topics and you kind of think about how you feel about them. There's some dark stuff in there potentially. So just as a heads up, there's a little content warning down there, just in case. Don't be too scared about it, but hey, as a heads up. Secondly, tomorrow, if you're in the Discord, we're gonna be watching a movie in VR chat tomorrow. So join the Discord if you're not, and then you can join in. The plan is to watch The Princess Bride around 7 p.m. Mountain Time. But I might change that. I might change that tomorrow. Because reasons. I might change that movie. We're gonna watch something tomorrow. So pop in the Discord, !Discord, or in the link below if you're not in there. Yeah, also might be changing. Yeah, you don't need VR. Exactly. Frost down there, little guy way down there. He's right. He's correct. Also, I may be making some changes to the stream schedule sometime soon. I don't want to, but I might have to be honest and just like, no, I just can't stream as much as I would like. Potentially, I don't know yet. It's something I'm thinking about in my head. But yeah, it's something I've been thinking about doing for quite a while. I have a lot of fun from streaming. I get a lot of joy out of it. But I still can't justify the amount that I am. Even though I'm down to only like 3 days a week, like 6 to 8 hours of streaming a week, it's still quite a bit. And I've just been hit with a lot of stuff over the past little while. And I might just need to cut back or do more loosey-goosey. I might have to like just remove the schedule, just loosey-goose it for a while. I don't know, we'll see. Goosey stream? I think so. Maybe. I've been known to, but you know, can we really call it streaming, or is it just talking while I'm doing other stuff? Like, who knows? Tianos is the real streamer. Tianos is the real streamer up in here. Think about it in your head than anywhere else. Exactly. After your shelf, or I'll fight you. I need some. Oh, you need to buy some shelves and a bed. Oh, damn it. Well, fair enough. Well, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Yeah, that's that. That's all that stuff. How are you? How is everybody? Let's play some Glitchhikers. Also, Tianos is in here. Everyone needs to follow Tianos. Tianos is cool. Tianos is chill. Does this work? Please work. I beg you. Begging you.
Who's that up there? Oh, what the?
Oh.
I found out what the magic wand does.
I do too. Ow!
What does the magic wand do?
No!
Wait, Garfield racing? Hell yeah!
I hate that kills your moment.
You're a stronger person than I am.
Killed me.
Look at you go.
60 months is nearly a year, youngage.
60 months is nearly a year. That's very true. Look at you having a good time. There's also Frost is in here. Go follow Frost. Frost needs help. Frost needs people.
Your scratches are gone. I have to use my
Playing
ears.
Dead by Daylight. He plays
Nice
the
try.
good games.
How do you like that hit?
Good hit, good hit, good hit, bud. Look at you.
That is so satisfying.
Look at you getting that hit up in there.
Also, I like that laugh. If somebody wants to clip that, I would be grateful.
Good lap. There you go. Yeah. Y'all cool folks. Oh, I see how it is. Everything's fine and plays tunes and everything up until the point that I actually start playing the game, and then it decides to not do audio. Jeepers Crimbus. All right, well, we'll take you out of there. Let's put you into this one. Oh, really? Of course you don't work. No tunes allowed. No, you're breathtaking. And then you don't work now either? Oh, please. Please, I beg you. Why not? Boosh. No. Still no. You literally worked 2 minutes ago. I could see the bar moving. Or should I spend most of the day hanging out with the anarcho-nihilist housemate? Hell yeah. Blessed is the flame. I have no idea what that is. But I'm glad you learned some stuff. I'm glad you learned some things. That's good to hear. Learning things is always better than not learning things, is my opinion. Okay, here we go. We're going to remove the audio device completely. Add the audio device. Okay. There we go. Now is audio? Now audio going on? I think so. Yes. It looks like it. It looks like there, in fact, do be audio. I think so. Hooray! We can audio now. Also, everyone needs to follow Swooshy too. Swooshy's been killing it. Swooshy's been killing it with his shooter stream, having a good time. His favorite human. The place is just the cool zone. Hey, take some feedback. He's always open to feedback. Nah, he's doing a great job. We don't have any feedback. That's like negative feedback. He's doing a great job. He's doing perfect. Yeah, so I don't know if excited is the right word, but I just want to vibe. I just want to vibe. So we're gonna hop in the highway and we're just gonna drive for a little bit. So how is everybody? The last week was incredibly stressful for me.
Gravity pulls us together once more, driver. Welcome
Call me
back to
fat?
Radio
What do you mean gravity pulls us together?
Drive.
You calling me fat, bud?
There's something that feels inevitable about
The
certain
the pull of my gravity? My goodness.
meetings. Trace back through the turns and straightaways that led to a seemingly random encounter.
Right.
And they begin to feel like dominoes lined up and ready for fate to fall into place. We are all of us drawn together, asteroids in the void, circling until the inevitable crash, the meeting of another soul, the influence of a moment that sends us on a new trajectory. Gravity, stronger than the strongest pull. Let it pull you in, driver.
Let's go.
With our next song, 13 Black Cats.
With our next song, baby, let's go. Yeah, last week was very, very stressful. So how it works up here, it's partly my fault. How renting works up here is you have your lease, but if it expires, but they still take your money, it defaults legally to a monthly lease, and they're like, yo, we don't want that, we're putting you back on a yearly lease. I was like, well, I don't want to be here for a full year. I was already looking at places, so I had a very limited amount of time to like check out locations, and it took a while. It just took a while. And there's some personal stuff as well. Like, it hit me pretty hard, and now this week I've just been kind of like recovering from it in a certain sense. And yeah, I just need to vibe. It's just I don't get many breaks. I don't get many breaks, unfortunately. And sometimes I just need a break. I just need a break. I need to figure that into my streaming schedule and everything else at some point. Half nap, half vibe. Get out of here. Get out of here, Frost. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. We got a person to talk to. Like I said, I just want to talk, want to drive, want to have a nice time, listen to some tunes. That's the plan for today. And I hope you're feeling it too. And yeah, there's gonna be conversations about stuff. Feel free to state your own opinions, ask any questions, and just get involved, because I'm going to talk about what I think about things, and I hope you talk about stuff that you think about things. And if otherwise, just vibing's a good time too. Oh, hi Red. Yeah, hi. What's up, dude? Hope you're feeling pretty good today. Okay, hiker. So we picked him up by a bunch of like planet stuff. So he's going to be like a space guy. The universe is expanding, and yet the universe has no edge. What is it expanding into? I'm in my 4th year of physics, and even I don't really get it. More important edges in space, but time. Yeah, that's the case, because it's the speed of light, right? The universe is expanding, but it wherever it started, things can only go out at a certain rate. So it's more. Well, I guess if time is considered to be infinite, it can just keep going. Something more out there beyond the universe. Infinite spaces can expand infinitely. I mean, that's also true. Yeah, they can definitely. I think that's how it works. It's like just when do you reach the last number? Like you just can't. Infinite space is infinite. Infinity is such a beautiful concept. An infinite universe with infinite universes within it. Each of us our own little infinity. Oh, that's what the guy on the radio said. Oh, amazing. Before, he said the first trip. It says everyone has their own little infinities. Not this time. This one talks about gravity, because apparently I'm so heavy I got my own gravitational pull. Do you want to write? Just tired as always. I feel you, man. I'm in exactly the same boat. That's also why no webcam, no cam. Just, I got my hoodie on. I got my heater on my feet. I'm very sleepy, tired. I got soup on the corners of my mouth because I ate it very sleepily. No one needs to see me right now. So I feel you. Everyone's sleepy today. See, the thing is, I don't really need to get it. There's like 300 billion stars in our galaxy alone, and billions more galaxies out there. Our little planet doesn't matter a bit in it at all. And yet, it's still wonderful, don't you think? I mean, it matters to who? That's the thing. I don't really care. I agree, the universe is wonderful. I disagree, it's cold and meaningless. Oh, I don't really care. Yeah, that's the so talking about things mattering is always very, yeah, soup. I made some lentil soup in the Instant Pot the other day, which if you want to save some money, get an Instant Pot when it's super cheap, and then just buy dried ingredients like dried beans, dried lentils, barley, all that stuff, because in the Instant Pot it just makes it good. You don't have to let it soak or anything, and that's why that stuff's so cheap. It takes so long to prepare, but it's cheaper because it lasts forever. Throw an Instant Pot, it just cooks it like right quick, like 10 minutes less. It's perfect. So yeah, you can make lots of soups that way. It's pretty good. But yeah, so the thing about something mattering is you have to have a subjective observer in order for something to matter too, right? Like, the Earth absolutely matters. 100 million% it matters in the universe, because there's people out there who care about it. Instant Pot, more like instant yum, get 'em. Got a soup maker. Wait, a soup maker? Is that, so are you talking about I'm the soup maker? Or are we talking about you have a machine called the soup maker? I agree, Buttspot. Big agree. Because yeah, I just have an Instant Pot. Instant Pot is the goop maker for me. It makes soups, it makes chilies, it makes curries, anything that's a goop. Instant Pot will make it for you right quick and perfect. I'm Tiana's soup maker. Thank you. That makes me feel good inside. I have to look that up. I have to see what a soup maker is. But yeah, Instant Pots are great at making goop. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Like, the universe is pretty cool. The universe is pretty cool. Like, I disagree with the baseline that the Earth doesn't matter in it, because it matters to somebody. Like, that's the thing. It depends on what your framework is. I disagree. It's cold and meaningless. I mean, you have to. I have to go with I don't really care, because you have to based off the framework. The baseline that nothing matters, I think, is just incorrect. More from the starting point. Like, well, what does it mean to matter? You have to start there. Come on, have an opinion. You can't just sit on the fence forever. There's more important things in life than being right. Question yourself. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. And all the crazy infinity that is our existence, and all the vastness of understanding we still lack. There's this amazing thing that is consciousness. Carl Sagan once said, I need to read more Carl Sagan. I have a brief history of time, but I actually don't know much about what Carl Sagan went into. Some of his interviews were very interesting. I liked how he presented stuff, but I don't actually know what he was all about. I kind of know your opinion on this one, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad. The belief that nothing matters, I can't ever see as a freeing thing that some people can. I can't. I find that deeply. Yeah, to me, that's not a good thing. Yeah, it makes you happy, which is awesome. I'm very happy, but it makes me sad. So I can't accept that as an answer. Which is the beautiful thing about the meaning of life. It's different for everybody, and everyone's correct. As long as everyone finds something that they're satisfied with. Why am I glaring? I'm glaring a whole bunch. I need to turn that. Hold on. I don't like how much I'm glaring. I'm gonna turn down. Boo doo 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 doo. We're gonna turn that down a little bit. There we go. That looked good to me. Boop. So I'm not gonna be so angry. Carl Sagan said that since we are part of the universe, consciousness allows the universe to know itself. That's beautiful. I guess. I don't know if that's beautiful, but I mean, sure, I'll take that. One day in the lab, we were doing chemistry experiments, right? Just a simple grade school exercise of burning different substances to see the colors they produce, like fireworks. Magnesium, copper, strontium, lithium, science and art coming together. My lab partner was this girl I didn't know, but she caught my eye right away. Her energy and enthusiasm were so beautiful. We talked about different kinds of stars and the heat death of the universe, and just talk about stars, the heat death of the universe. how nothing in the universe matters. Beautiful, beautiful grade school conversation. The nature of entropy. What does that even mean? The nature of entropy. Entropy is just, it's a state. What the heck is happening? So something wonderful. I bet it was. Hello, people. How are you? It's me. It's your boy. It's Geese. Hello, Eerie. How are you? How's the Outbound Ghost? I am so excited to play that. That game's so cute. That game's so cute. Entropy is the heat death of all things. Heart. I hope it's cool. Hope you're having a nice time. Hello, everybody. It's very cute. I know, all caps. It's so good. What up, Ty? What up, Dusk? How are you? My name's Geese. I play variety games. I also play just regular games, all of them, and rhythm games and VR games, and I do all sorts of stuff. But mostly I just try to have a good time. And that's what I want to do today. We're driving, we're playing a game called Glitchhikers, The Spaces Between, which is kind of like a self-reflection simulator where we're gonna pick up hitchhikers. We're talking to this lovely lady right here, or lovely guy. It doesn't really matter. Pick your poison. And we're talking about the universe and the infinities of the universe. And we're gonna kind of talk about stuff. And I hope you join me. And I hope you have a chill time. And listen to some chill tunes. And yeah. And thank you for the follow, Igni. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. A short story called The Last Question. Ooh. What is the last question? Was that poison? That's probably going to be my last question. That's my assumption. Glitchhikers myself, so I'm gonna grab some popcorn. Do it. There's no plot. It really is just conversations and how you react to them. So yeah, we're gonna talk about things. I'm gonna talk about how I think about some of these conversations that come up. If you want to talk about it, I'd be glad to hear your opinions on things. And then let's talk about it. Let's start about the nature of entropy. Ooh. Hold on, I might have heard of this. I might have heard about this. The nature of entropy. Hold on. The last question. Who was the author on that? Because I think I was watching a YouTube video the other day and they mentioned that. Oh no, this is older. Oh, big sneezes. Oh, it's Isaac Asimov. Ooh, okay, interesting. From November 1956. That sounds interesting. I actually might want to check that out. That sounds great. Played that game about having a conversation with a deer as your car teeters over a cliff face. That sounds fantastic. I need you to send me a link. I have not played that, and I will have played it at some point because that sounds amazing. Okay, we're gonna keep talking. We're having a nice time. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you had a nice stream, Yuri. Yeah, talk about Heat Death Fear. Started something wonderful. Love, like all beautiful things, is temporary. It's true. That's very, very true. Love is a lie. It's not real. That's straight up false. If it wasn't real, why do we say it's a thing? That checkmate, atheists. So you're in this is the asshole response. Love is beautiful, but love is also temporary. Love, like all beautiful things, is temporary. I believe that. Purple, Purple's real. Purple is real. This isn't a bird situation. Purple is real. I can't. It's like the whole idea that purple is a false thing that your mind just makes up, and there's nothing that's actually purple, and we can't see purple is. Stop it. Purple's beautiful. Zinch. Okay, I'm looking this up. Is that a Warhammer thing? Yeah, it's a 40k. There you go. So I'm not into Warhammer, but I do have Chaos of the Old World, which is a board game about all those Warhammer gods, and Zinch is in there. And it's a very gross board game, but I really want to play it. That's the only thing I have about 40k. About Warhammer in general. The game's not 40k, just Warhammer in general. It's really cool. Pearls of cake that all colors are fake. Thank you. Exactly. See, thank you, Dusk. Finally, someone agrees with me. Right. This person had a schoolmate. Went away the next day, far away, to a little world of our own, floating amongst nebula and white dwarfs and undiscovered planets. Her sense of humor was dry. Sometimes I didn't even know if she was joking. She said the most absurd things. She wanted to die in the heart of a star. I said she'd burn up long before she got close, and she looked at me like it was a challenge. What a keeper. What a flippin' keeper. Yo, find someone who takes burning up in the star as a challenge. That is energy I wish I had. That's amazing. Maybe if I get some antidepressants, maybe I could get there. We laughed and cried together, helped each other through tough times, family and friends and our own minds. The way she looked at me, a little smile in her eyes, the way she could rattle off chemical equations and the constructions of molecules. I guess it's like scientist folks, because that sounds incredibly boring. Purple is fake in the sense you can't represent it as a single wavelength. It becomes real through our perception of it. Like all things, Frost! Like all things! What are you doing? Or Facebook, go to me. Go on, you. I will absolutely mute you. You can continue to be wrong. That's fine. You just gotta have to be wrong somewhere else, my friend. Enough with your purple ganda. Jeepers. She drew them in her sleep, and I'd watch her eyelids flutter gently, the rise and fall of her chest, the tendons in her arms. We watched the fireworks together on New Year's, rattling off the compounds used, the balance of heat and luminosity, then flew off into the sky through the lingering smoke. What a bunch of nerds! We were together 6 months before it flamed out. Love is temporary, like I said. I like purple. Purple's nice. I like purple too. I like purple's a nice color, Swooshy. I agree. Look at all the purple here. Look at all the, it's purple everywhere. What are you doing? I prefer Blello. I mean, we all got preferences. We all got preferences. I'm afraid to ask, what's Blello? Is blue yellow? Isn't that green? Is that green? I'm confused. Yeah, okay. Boom, nailed it. Flip, yeah. I'm 2 for 2 so far. Perky, or I'm not touching that one here. I'm not, you and your shenanigans. We were together 6 months before it flamed out. Too intense for us to keep it up, but it was beautiful while it lasted. I will always love those days. Love is an amazing thing. It's what it's all about. Connecting with other people like that. The universe knowing itself. Baboosh. Get 'em. I guess. I don't know. I've never seen Malcolm in the Middle. I know it's a classic TV show. Frankie Muniz, the Breaking Bad man, is in it himself. But I never watched it. I never watched back in the day. Asbestos in the ceiling. Oh, they had a popcorn ceiling. Very sad. They should. I hope they got it replaced. Very dangerous. I'm going to see my new girlfriend now, just outside the city. No matter what humans do, the sun will inevitably grow and consume this planet. One day, the solar system will die. It's just going to happen. But a wonderful thing to be a part of in the meantime. I agree. Bryan Cranston, thank you. Bryberry Cranberry. The man himself. That's entropy, baby. I mean, well, it's technically entropy, yeah. It's just everything eventually equaling out where all the energy sequence signatures just go to 0, right? Or there's the flat line. They go to the cosmic background. Pull the pin on World War II grenade. They end up buying a new fridge. Yeah, okay, that checks out. Yeah, that's some good moments. Sounds like my family. It's like, oh, then they got a fridge. Beautiful. Gosh, I love driving. Don't you love driving? Why do you drive? I love that. So this is a question that's repeated often by many different hikers. I think in the first time I played this, I answered this twice. And every time it's like, it kind of, the meaning kind of changes. So in this one, because the conversation is about like the beauty of the universe and just the universe knowing itself. So like, I'm looking for something, understanding, driving helps me find it. This makes more sense because it's more about observation. Like, it gives each of the time you answer it, each of these different answers kind of means something different in an interesting way. I mean, I just like driving. Like, in general, like, I have a car, I enjoy driving. It's not the best thing to do, for sure. It costs a lot of money. I wish I could get rid of my car, but just driving through the city at night with some music going is kind of one of the nicest things ever. There's a real sense of freedom there. It's a false sense, I think, but it's there. So I just enjoy driving. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. Like, yeah, I like driving. I like to be thinking my own thoughts and oh, there's an airport in this game too, my man. There's an airport in here too. Let's go. There's the airport's like pretty far out of city though. This car's pretty good. That car note though. I like cars. Cars are neat. It's just there's not the best things also. Well, that's cool. Even happiness is such a miracle of consciousness. I agree with. Maybe it's all we can really hope for. And with that, he's gone. That's our first hiker out of the way. What an interesting guy. What an interesting dude.
How well can we truly know one another? We're surrounded by each other every day. We see, we speak, we listen, we love, we teach, we touch. But we can never know. We can never experience the world exactly how someone else does. We can never be inside their head. But tonight,
yep, that's true.
We're all on this journey together. We're all in your head. Head onwards.
This is the worst radio station to listen to if you're at all paranoid. We're all in your head. Jeepers. That, oh, you can't just say that to someone, man. You can't just say that. You don't know who's listening. Or maybe he does. Oh, no. Go get some groceries, my man. Take it easy. Stay safe. Have a chill one. Have a chill one, friendo. Make sure you get some tongs. Get some tongs when you're there with the silicone edges on them. We talked about it. Make sure you go do that. It's good to have. Man, this is kind of not related to anything, but I keep getting emails from my internet company. It's been every day so far for the past 3 days. I've gotten an email that's saying I'm over my internet limit, but then I actually check my usage and it says that I'm way under. I'm just gonna pay for unlimited because at the rate I went down a plan. I got less speed. Get a spatula. Yeah, get a spatula. Go get a spatula. You know what I'm talking about. Go get it. Go get a flipperoonie. I had unlimited internet and then I dropped my speed to get a little bit cheaper. I didn't need the full amount, but I think I still have to pay for unlimited because I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna be using it. But I have to figure out on the app how to re-add it, and I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work. I'll figure it out, but it's just annoying. It's annoying when they say I've used all this, and I haven't yet. It's just dumb. Sure, ISP. I use Telus. It's the only real option in Alberta, unfortunately. Oh, there's someone on the walking bridge. Look at him. That person up there. Hey, what's up, friendo? Yo, I love your hair. Is that a pipe? I think it is a pipe. Just smoking it up. Let's go. Verizon. Verizon is Telus' Canada. Yes, it is. Verizon does not exist up here as an ISP. We have Telus. We have Shaw. And those are kind of your only 2 options. Then there's a couple small ones that are only in certain cities that rent off of them. So they're not much better. I was paying about $145 a month for internet, and now I'm down to like $130. So it's not much cheaper, but it is what it is. It's expensive. Oh, we got a goth in here. My mind is embroiled in dark thoughts tonight. I don't want to assume, but would you be open to talking about it? Ooh, I'm not up for that right now. I'm struggling to go ahead. So this is where that let's see. Let's see. If we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see where they're going. Good tech stack website is always broken. I don't know. All I know is it brings me to magic picture videos on the YouTubes and the Twitches. That's all I care about. Now, I haven't had any outage. I've had one outage for about 45 minutes in the past 4 years that I've been using Telus, so that's not bad. Please let me know if you need to stop. That's true. Found a beached whale the other day up north, just lying there. Oh, this guy. This is I've seen a bit of this conversation, so this is one a little about suicide a bit, just as a heads up. Not into that. I get it, but heads up. What up, Mayday? How are you? It's one of those things that frustrates me going to ATT. That's also something that we don't have up here. Going to the store to do anything. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. Yeah, I can do everything from the website here for Telus, which is nice. It's just annoying on how to do it, but I can, which is nice. Oh, a beached whale. It was still alive. It looked up at me as I approached. You know why whales beach themselves? Maybe they're purposely trying to die there, so to mess with their brains. They do it when they're sick. I mean, they do it for a bunch of different reasons. No one knows. Well, no, not really. Only 50% of beachings have discernible explanations. Anyway, I wasn't asking you. That's why I asked the whale. Why do humans jump off bridges? It responded. All sorts of reasons, I said, but it looked at me like it knew. Knew it I didn't really know. Or didn't I? Bosh, there we go. Why do whales beach themselves? I don't know. Why do humans jump off bridges? Do you know? Spectrum. I've heard bad things about Spectrum. It's been good to us, but it's probably because there's actual competition. That's the thing. That doesn't really exist up here. Everything's so spread out. It's not ideal. We need more competition, or at least the government to set rates. That would actually be ideal, because they do that for power and hydro, but they don't for internet for some reason. Yeah, the whale can talk. Well, suicide is connected with mental illness. Have you ever considered suicide? I mean, I'm more interested in the whale. I'm not more interested, but we're gonna go there. Get that cat snack, bud. Internet's too newfangled to be considered essential. I know some people are working on it. At least up here, some people are working on it, being considered a a utility, so it can be regulated. If it's not a utility, it can't be regulated. There's some people working on defining it as that, which will be nice. And also there was a whole Rogers outage up here during the summer, which killed basically emergency services everywhere for a while, which is not ideal. So that is also part of the conversation, because so much of how we work relies on these. That, yeah, it's silly at this point that this isn't the case, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly. See, it's Comcast goes down, TTV goes out. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous thinking that it's not essential. What could talk? Of course it could. How else would we communicate? That's a great point. You ever think about just driving off the road, careening through the barrier, down a cliff, into the forest or water? Yeah, we all have those intrusive thoughts. 100%. Yeah. It's a thing that, yeah, it's a thing that this goes on in people's heads for some reason. How do you design the infrastructure so it's possible? It's separate all the infrastructure. Look at Texas, right? With their separate power grid, because it literally can't get help from any other services. That's like, if one thing goes, everything shuts down. And it's kind of the same with the internet. If it was utility and then you actually built some interoperability between them, if one thing goes down, another service picks it up, and then the government can help fund whatever costs are associated with that because it's a utility. But because it's not, no, you're just screwed. You're just screwed when that happens, which makes me sad. It makes me sad. It would be nice if internet was gooder and cheaper. That Planet Mooney, no idea what that is. I'm assuming some TV show, but no, I've never heard of whoever that is. Yeah, the Call of the Void, that's what it is. Swooshy. I hope you're doing good, Mayday. You ever think about just driving off the road? Intrusive thoughts. We rarely act on them. Somehow this world won't let us. But true suicidal thoughts, those are different. Yeah, that's very true. NPR. Oh, okay. Oh, Planet Money. Okay. Yeah, I don't listen to NPR, unfortunately. We have our own public radio up here, but it's completely different. When I lived in Starkville, Microsoft, the internet would go down sometime due to traffic accidents in Texas. That's wild. This game relatable. Yeah, I'm glad. So the thing about this game, like I said, it's meant to be kind of a self-reflection simulator. The whole idea is to bring up topics and ideas and conversations that are universal, that everyone thinks about to one extent or another, but maybe hasn't thought about, like really sat down and thought about, but everyone kind of struggles with, that no one can, the stuff that doesn't have answers in a sense. So yeah, I'm glad you're finding it relatable. Like I said, there's a content warning for a reason. Sometimes some stuff gets a little dark and heavy. For example, this guy, suicidal thoughts, not ideal. I've struggled with them. I know plenty of other people that have. It's tough. It's definitely tough when that happens. Even like, I've only known one person that was seriously considering, but I know a bunch of people that have had thoughts for sure, and it's not good. It's not a good time. Like, you just have to. The only thing you can really do is support. People have the right to die if they want to. While technically correct, people also have the right to just shovel raw feces into their mouth if they want. Don't do that either. I think that's a bad idea. Just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean it's a good option. What up, Inheritor? Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay. I know someone... Yeah, okay. We feel pulled to the ledge by our very fear of it. That's 100% true. But the ledge is different from... Yeah, like, that is also a thing. Like, fear of death makes you think about it a whole heck of a lot. That's true. Suicide is a foolish choice. I've thought about doing it myself. I mean, the fear of it is, I think, like, the most... Yeah. So you've thought about it too? Maybe it's the fear. Maybe it's something else. You ever lost someone close to you? To suicide specifically? No, I haven't. You're lucky, but it happens to everyone eventually. Death and taxes. So I have lost family. I've lost my grandparents on the one side of my family. My other grandparents are getting quite old. I hope to see them this Christmas. That'd be cool. But yeah, we all kind of know that it's coming relatively soon, probably within the next 5 years, give or take. But we don't talk about it. It might be coming, 5 or 10. We'll see. It's sad to think about, but you know, it does happen to everybody. It's hard at first. They're gone forever, and your worldview is altered. I lost a brother a little while ago. He was always there for me. Now he's just not. That hurts. Thinking about it is like addressing a throbbing wound that you know will never fully heal. I don't know what, it will always be there. Yep, that's like my grandpa passed. Same thing. I think about it at least once a week. I think about him. It never goes away. It's not like tough anymore. It's kind of, you know, scarred over, or however you want to describe it. But yeah, it affects you forever. Less than 10% of people have suicidal thoughts, but emotional distress is something we all experience, more or less. We all need support at times. Meanwhile, only 10% of people who survive suicide attempts go on to die by suicide. Many have transformative experiences and would never consider it ever again. Some even realize they want to live right when it's too late to stop. That's an awful thought right there. But you push a whale back into the water and it swims itself right back onto the beach. Yeah, you need long-term support. That's the thing. You can't just fix it once and expect everything to be fine. Nah, everything's ongoing. Maybe they know something we don't. Does death ever make sense? Bye. Thanks for dropping that as my dude. See ya. Oh my god.
And the circle of life continues.
Thank you, Radio Man.
We don't always have control over our lives, over what happens to us, but we do control how we react. Accept, grow, live, love, hide, fade, wither, wisen, embrace, fight. You are all alone out there, but you know, you're never alone. Millions of distinct bacteria share your body.
And sharing is caring, baby.
Alone. Keep driving, driver. Turtles All the Way Down is up next.
Yeah, I mean it's depressing to think about it, but it's true. I mean, I'm almost guaranteed at some point you're gonna struggle with you know, thoughts of dying in one way or another. But that's why you have friends to talk about it. That's why when you're struggling, you bring it up with someone who you care about, who cares about you, even if they don't fully understand. Someone who's just there just so you can share how you're thinking and feeling about things, because it's super common. It is super common, and not in a way that shouldn't be difficult or anything, but in a way that everyone deals with this sort of thing eventually, so everyone can relate in one way or another. Yeah, that's how it is. I think the first hiker was right, though. The universe is pretty cool in general, and just the fact that we're around to see a part of it is pretty neat. I think it's better than the alternative. Like, there's that whole idea of, like, some people feel that it would be better to not be born because life is horrifying because you die eventually. Where, nah, existence is actually cool. Existence is actually pretty neat, even if it's not exactly what you want, or it's really difficult, or yeah, or any amount of reasons. I think it's just better than not overall. I would choose it. I would get, hey, existence, 7 out of 10. Solid recommend. This is a video game, technically. This is technically a video game. That I like a whole lot. The only horrifying thing about existence is when other people make it that. Exactly. I don't know a single person who is Is that a swing set? Oh, we got it. This is gonna be a different hiker. It is a swing set. Oh, we got a baby child? We got a space baby. Hell yeah. Yeah, like I don't know a single person that is fully happy because of either two reasons. Either they're not able to lead the life they want or be the type of person that they want to be for whatever reason, either because of resources or not amount of money, or there's in a situation where it would be dangerous to be the type of person that they would want to be. Or other people are trying to force them to do what they want. And those are the two commonalities. But no one is happy. And even the people that are like if you think someone's an asshole and just forcing you to do something, they're also not happy. Like, no, I don't know anyone who's happy. So yeah, it would seems like it'd be easier to just do what you want and then enjoy life that way. It seems like it would be easier. There's just so much bullshit crap out there and bullcrap people out there that just make it difficult, and that's very sad. All right, space baby, where you going all alone, little girl? Anywhere, doesn't really matter. That's a mood. That's a mood, honey. I don't know where my parents are. They don't really matter. What do you mean they don't matter? Yeah, that's a great question. What do you mean they don't matter? I'm here, they're not. It's as simple as that. What do you mean they're not? I mean, but they're somewhere. Whether or not they're here doesn't mean they don't matter. They didn't accomplish anything in their lives. Certainly nothing that mattered. Neither will I. You know, human existence represents 0.0001% of the universe's existence so far. We're one planet of billions that likely hold life. Nothing we do will matter, and then the sun will explode. Jesus! We just talked about this. Mattering depends on the observer. If nothing's around, then nothing matters. If someone's around, then something matters. That's just how this, like, jeepers. Like, little 6-year-old could kick the 6-year-old out in a little asshole. Just get out of here. Get the hell out. Just gonna yank the car door open. Enough of this. How dare you? Nothing will matter relative to the universe, maybe, but that said, only if you think the universe can't perceive us. If the universe perceives itself, that we do matter to the universe because it sees us and we think it's cool, so we think we're cool, so the universe thinks we're cool because we're part of the universe. Well, boom. So even relative to the universe, I disagree with. You're right, nothing matters, and it will spread new elements across the galaxy, which will form new planets, new life. Yeah, cyclical. I like that one. That's pretty nice. Did your parents make you this jaded? It's spreading new elements. There we go. Sure, but we'll just be dust. Okay, so what's the? I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at the space baby. There are more people alive now than ever before. For every one person alive right now, there are only 14 dead people in human history. You think every one of those people matters? Yeah, to different ways. I do believe that 100%. Maybe not to me, but to someone, and then up through that chain of people affecting other people in the environment, eventually it got to me. So of course it matters. Without them, things would have been significantly different in one way or another. Hello, Jackie. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. How's the doodling? How's the stream? And I hope you're doing good. We're talking about things. We're over here talking about stuff. Feel free to talk about stuff. Can you care what happens to everyone? Can I care? No, but doesn't mean people don't matter. The universe is an uncaring place. We are one planet of millions that must hold life in our galaxy alone. One galaxy of billions. In a fraction of a blink of an eye, you will be dead. There is no meaning to it all. The universe is random. We are a mutation. Soon we'll be gone, and the universe will carry on without us. Okay, tell me why that's a problem. Doing great. Monday stream was insane and chat made you cry. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad you had a good stream on Monday. I was lurking for a bit. I didn't get to see the crying part, unfortunately, but I'm glad that it went well. Stream surfing tonight and doodling a pumpkin cat. Hell yeah. Hope yeah. A little Nyankin. Let's go. What up, Onion? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you for the follow, Desk. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, hold on. Boom! That's 900, baby. That's 900 followers. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. It took so long. Yay. Yay! Thank you! Thank you, Dusk. My favorite 900th follower I've ever had. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Woo, 900, let's go! Damn. That's pretty neat. Also, I'm in the wrong thing on my stream deck. There we go. Appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you do good.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
1,000 face reveal. I have a face. It's broken. I have a face reveal redeem. It's just broken. I haven't been able to fix it because OBS and my bot don't like each other. But I do have a face reveal. I think there's a highlight of it actually. If you go to the videos, there should be a highlight of my face reveal. It's very good. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. Well, we got 9 people here to celebrate with me. Yay! It makes me feel good inside. I don't know why people like my streams, but I'm glad that you have a nice time. That's all I care about, as long as you're having a nice time. Guess you're right, our lives are meaningless. You can't go through life like that. You have to find meaning for yourself, otherwise what's the point? Or we'll persist, we'll make our way off of Earth and explore the galaxy. Technology and the need to explore and expand. Nah, just one. Even though I still disagree with this statement. You have to find meaning for yourself, otherwise what's the point? I mean, framing it as subjective, I think is not ideal. I do think there is a meaning to everything, if you believe that there is. Like, it 100% depends on there being a subjective observer. 1,000,000%. And if you think there is no meaning, then there isn't. Just straight up. Not like, oh, well, eventually you'll find one. Like, no. If you don't think there is, then there isn't. If you think there is, then there absolutely is. Like, and not in like a, oh, you're right and you're right. Like, it's weird. Like, it's for me, it's that middle ground of subjectivity and objectivity. It's Schrodinger's meaning. Because you're a nice guy. That's why you're a nice guy. Uno reverse card. little Halloween jump scare there. Whoa. Whoa. That's fun. Anyway, yeah, that's literally no way to live. That's it. Although, what's the point? There is no point. That's what I'm saying. We can construct as much meaning as we want. It doesn't change that. It's your framing. Oh my God. We seek out meaning for ourselves where there is none. Another pointless exercise in our pointless existence. Why is that bad? Like, what? I mean, I did go through this phase. This 100%. So this space baby, this nihilist space baby, I went through this phase as well. 100%. I was actually just talking to a couple friends a few months ago about this specifically. I was in a pretty dark spot. But yeah, like, meaning has to be accepted by someone. There is no such thing as just an objective meaning. Just straight up. What's the meaning of life? To who? To what? You have to define that first. You can't just be so broad. You have to specify. And that's it. If you feel that's, oh my God. I look in the sky right now and see the endless blackness, a possible infinite universe. All right, My Chemical Romance. In the face of that, what are we supposed to do? There is no true morality out there. The logical thing for us to do is, frankly, whatever we want. Disagree. There's tons of logical explanation and reason for morality. Like, don't steal. Why? Because then someone's gonna steal from you. And we have a baseline imperative for survival. If someone keeps taking our stuff, if someone starts stabbing us and all that stuff, we're not gonna last very long. We're gonna be miserable. Everyone else is gonna be miserable, and no one likes being miserable. So don't do that stuff. Don't give other people reason to do that stuff to you. Yeah, that should be reason enough. 100. Oh my God. It doesn't matter anyway. The entire human race could get wiped out and it wouldn't even matter. Don't you think? No, I don't think. I mean, what could we do that will ever make a difference? It just, in the big scheme of things, maybe nothing, but we live on anyway. All we do is make the best of the lives we have. Like, this is just giving into nihilism in a different way. Like, I guess this is a more positive nihilism, but I still just reject it outright. Art gives us a way to express ourselves and touch the lives of others. Art can last all of us. That's true. Love gives meaning, lets us touch the lives of others. It creates joy and gives a real connection in an otherwise uncaring universe. It may not matter to the rest of the universe, but it matters to us. I'm going with this one. I'm going with this one 100% because it may not matter to the rest of the universe, but it matters to us. That's yeah, right there. As someone who is terminally single, I still agree with this. That's what's important. Oh, you're a romantic, are you? Figures. Maybe it can give temporary meaning to life, but that's all it is. Temporary. On top of which, love is just a lie the chemicals in a brain tell us. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, bud. Okay, bud. Whatever you say, space baby. Good. I'm glad. What flavor you got? What flavor you got, Swooshy? This kid is driving me up the flippin' wall, and yet here you are, just driving. Yeah. What are you gonna do about it? I would kick this space baby out immediately. I know I can be a lot. Yeah. It's just so hard. People don't want to understand. They're too afraid. I can't remember the last time someone just let me talk like this. I understand. I 100% understand. Like I said, I went through the same phase where there's literally no point to anything and everyone can do whatever they want because nothing matters and there's no point. I went through that phase. I get it. And it's important to be able to vent that out and see that someone does care, because really that's all you need. But oh no, you get through that and then you realize that, hey, something's got to matter to somebody, and then all this, I can't deal with this space baby anymore. Hello Chip, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. You didn't have to. Thanks, I guess. See? You just gotta listen. Yeah. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I guess that shows the importance of listening, of empathy.
How many do we exist within? 3? 4? 10? Or are we better served by the idea of
I live in
infinite
3
dimensions,
dimensions.
a multiverse of lives
Get
and
'em.
loves, of all the decisions we didn't make, the exits we passed, the words left unspoken.
Whoa, we're drunk. We swerving all over the
We
road.
could see them, visit them, our alternate selves.
Whoa.
Is there an
Whoa.
enlightenment to be
Whoa.
found, or the madness of the infinite? Does it serve you to imagine such an eternity? What exit will you take?
Find me on a whim.
Whatever you
is up
say,
next.
baby. Like this game,
Keep searching,
it uses
driver.
sensible units of measurement. Yeah, I agree. Kilometers is a very good one. Well, let's go to Pilgrim. So this is made in Canada. This is a very Canadian game. It's very cool. I like this game too, mostly because it's just kind of a chill vibe. I want to do the train after this one. I want to do the train, see what's on there. But yeah, it's. I don't know. I mean, above everything, people just got to be able to talk to people. That's the thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care the situation that you're in. You gotta be able, you gotta learn how to be vulnerable and actually talk to someone about stuff. You need to find, like, there's also something I've learned over the past couple of years streaming and just having a little community on Discord and places. If you show a little bit of vulnerability, people will 100% open up. 1,000,000%. Empathy is paid back tenfold. Like, everyone just wants to communicate and to connect to someone in some way. I don't, like, it seems like a lot of people are afraid of just being open and honest about what they're thinking and feeling about things. When you can just do baby steps. Just baby steps with someone. Find someone that you like, care about. Ooh. That's cool. A ladder with a rain cloud. I like this person. Oh, it's the moon. They have a moon haircut. That's pretty cool. That's cool looking. I like you. You're pretty fancy. But yeah, just talk to someone. Literally just do that. Not doesn't have like just doesn't have to be, it's a little bit. Talk a little bit. It helps. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. It helps. It seems like an important journey for you. Why did you pick me up? I didn't have a choice. Just a nighttime drive. You don't have to read so much into it. That's a good one. That's a fair point. Of course, I did not mean to assume. Everyone should be entitled to hold and accept their own meaning. Thank you. Finally. Jeez, what a triple feature of Hitchhikers. Well, thank you. The night is cold and the world is wide. Connecting with one person seems a miracle in a world of over 7 billion souls. There's no such thing as miracles. I mean, kind of true. Connect with other people is the meaning of life. I disagree. It can be, I guess, but I don't know. We're surrounded by possible connections all the time. That's true. Any connection maker just chemicals in our brain, nothing more. Fuck that. We got connections everywhere. Possible connections, yes. But how often do you truly connect with someone? To understand them and have them understand you, to feel you have become more than you were before. Over 7 billion people. Such a difficult number to even comprehend. 7 billion seconds ago, I was 222 years younger. Okay, that's ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's a big number. Oh, that's actually a very big number. Oh, my brain. Imagine, we all came from the same place thousands of years ago. All of us, common ancestors. The Hindi language has roots in common with Greek, Russian, and... Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it had... that all of those different... I knew, Russian and English came from similar bases, but I did not know all 4 of these were based off the same root. That's interesting. In those ancient times, we knew so much less about how the world worked. We created stories to explain it, rituals to give our lives order, in a place that seemed to have little. Even the self is a kind of story. Ooh, that sounds cool. Let's get into that, because that's kind of true. There's still no order or meaning to our lives. Those stories we make are important. We still create stories to give our lives meaning. Even the self is a story. Okay, I'm going with this, partly because I do kind of visualize a lot of things in a narrative sense. Like, a lot of things are satisfying because they do kind of close off. I think of my life as a series of arcs, if that kind of makes sense. Or the reason why people do things is because they fit certain archetypes in a certain way, or they're trying to make a satisfying narrative in some way in their own life. So, I mean, the story is kind of true. The self is a kind of story. You're absolutely right. Or should I say, you are absolutely right. Oh, such a revelation can terrify a person, but it is the route through which much magic flows. In Vedic times in India, the basis of early Hinduism, 2 of the major deities were Agni and Soma. Agni was a personification of the ritual fire, in which offerings were burnt to give to the gods. Smoke rose into the heavens, you see, carrying the messages to the divine where mortals could not go. Agni was a messenger. Kirby! Kirby! Heckin' honk! What is up? I should have done TTS, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you for a tier 1 resub. Ah! Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that you're enjoying the emotes and everything. How are you? It's actually been a little bit. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're treating yourself right. And you're having a nice one. Welcome in. We're talking about life and things. Cause we're just chilling. We're just chilling today. If things put in the fire roast the heavens, why didn't the people jump into the fires themselves? That's a good point. That's a good point, actually. If they truly believe that things that were burnt got sent to heaven, why not jump in and then go to heaven yourself? Well, because people didn't believe that. Not really. Like, they believed it in the metaphorical sense, but not in a literal sense. So yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. Why do we continue to do rituals even though we know we don't actually believe they're doing what it says that it does? Well, that's an interesting thought. It's an interesting thought. Soma personified a holy drink that granted immortality. one of the offerings to the gods. Some believe it was hallucinogen, drunk in holy ecstatic ritual, the god of bad trips, perhaps. Oh, you crazy moon lady. Hello, Foxy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Good morning. And the imagery has survived to this day. Soma is commonly used in reference to narcotic and pharmacological substances. The word traveling through the ages. Even ideas have lives and journeys. Both Agni and Soma represented types of journeys, ways we try to understand the world. We still try. We are faced with an uncaring universe, and yet fewer and fewer people embrace the comfort of religion. That's true. That's true. And I think the reason is so religion has caused a lot of problems in the world, despite good intent from many. That's very true. And I think that is a major reason why. It's one of the reasons why I've more or less turned away from religion myself. Not fully, for various reasons that I'm not going to get into. But yeah, there's a lot of problems with it. Personal, private religion and spirituality are more important than organized institutions. I also fully agree with that, for sure. Like, you can't just track people who are going to a Catholic church and be like, these are religious people. Everyone's religious in different ways. Everyone has a type of spirituality, but it's very personal. Oh, you, Fox, or yes, you included. You. I can't. You. Yeah. Grr. Yeah, so I think part of that reason that people don't go to religion is the issues with organized religion, as well as actually kind of forgetting the importance of ritual and tradition to a certain extent. I'm not saying tradition as in like, oh, it's the way we've always done it, not like a conservative family tradition type of thing, more like having a baseline of doing something for a specific reason that is beyond the thing itself, like a thing that echoes that echoes across generations in a way that is larger than the event itself in some way. People kind of forgot the power of that and how it can connect people and how it can actually be very, very useful. You like John Green? Is that the YouTube man? It's the Hello John Hello. Yeah, he's okay. I like the other guy. Who's the other green? Who's the other green? Hank? Is it, what's his name? I like him a little I like him a little better. He talks about like cool, interesting science things a lot into YouTube. I like those a lot. John less so. But Vlogbrother's also the guy with the lots of books. Yeah. They both have books. Yeah, I do like Vlogbrothers. I don't follow them specifically, but I do like them. Live and let live. People gain some value from religion or not. Who am I to judge? Religion can be good. I'm going personal spirituality. I think that is like, I do think there is like a personal aspect to spirituality that everyone does have different extents, but also different definitions. And that's also why people don't find a lot of use going to an organized religion anymore. I was going to take that something like, I don't believe in God, I believe around God. Yeah, I definitely understand that take. Religion's complicated. Religion's very, very complicated. I grew up in a highly religious conservative household that I never fully bought, but it is something that I understand. I get it. From being in it, I understand it. A lot of harm came from it, but also a lot of good came out of it as well. So I can't... Everything's complicated. Why is it so complicated? But yeah, everything related to religion and all that it's complicated. I'm still trying to figure out where I actually sit. But I definitely understand that take, and I like the phrasing of that. Don't believe in God, believe around God. I like that take. I definitely respect that. We all must seek understanding of the universe and our place in it in our own ways. Though is it not also important to find connections with others, community? 100%, 100%. And that was one of the main reasons that we went to church all the time, was because that's where our friends were. It really did maintain and structure community to a certain extent. I have not been able to find that in the city that I moved to. Because I even trying to find some churches, trying to find a community to fit into. Didn't really find any for various reasons. It's really important to have that. And even that as a reason, I think is good enough. We're all on our journeys driving. Why do you drive this night? It's just, driving is a spiritual thing. Oh, it's a spiritual thing. That's the biggest benefit religion has to society, knowing all its flaws. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I think that is objectively, across all metrics, correct, Chip, for sure. That is 100% the biggest thing. And then that has a knock-on effects with a bunch of other social things as well. If you have strong community, no matter how you get it, everything is better. Like financial help, help with like legal matters, like just being able to like make friends, even like professional opportunities and just building a family and everything. Like, it is, having a strong community, however you can get it, is just beneficial in every way, shape, and form. I'm an atheist and a trained singer, so I spent many years working for various churches, and that's just my observation. I think that's an objectively good observation. I think I think you nailed it, for sure. There's a lot of problems, because you can't have an in-group without an out-group. You can't have a community without people who aren't in the community, and that's a problem. That's a major flipping problem that is, I think is kind of unfixable, at least in current religious institutions, to my knowledge. So that has to be dealt with before they can really be useful. Like, it's complicated. Why am I driving? I enjoy driving. I mean, they want it to be a spiritual thing, but I'm just driving, man. That is true. Enjoyment is a fine enough end in itself. I hope you find it. Me too, Moon Lady. Me too. Bye. Ugh. It's unfixable in current society, really, other than the government doing things, but that's just appropriate standards of care and services to all. Yeah, I feel that. Not in the mood. Please do, Jeremy. I thank you. Very, very left-leaning soapbox. I mean, I feel the same way. So I don't think it's unfixed. Like, societies are different. Also, like in America, religious extremism and like the far right, 100% I believe unfixable. Up here in certain communities, less so. But yeah, I think everyone has big feelings for sure, and I don't think that's wrong. I think big feelings are the only real feelings you can have about this sort of topic. I do wish the government would do things, though. That'd be nice. Like, we're all trying to kind of move past the need for religion, the need for government, the need for these type of structured social constructs for that provide various things that we need. Like, they provide community, they provide safety, they provide a way to live your life without fear to a certain extent. They all provide these things in different ways. But the goal of society is to kind of move past these constructs to whatever comes after. I don't know what that is, but to move away from that over time. And I think we're starting to do that a little bit. It's just in doing that, we've also revealed the flaws in our current systems. And there's so much pain and struggle that have come from that, which is unfortunate.
The road stretches,
but I hope things get better soon.
Whether we drive it or
either
not.
In like soon as in like a couple years, or soon in the cosmic sense.
You have a destination
I do hope things get better, and I think it will. It's just going to take time. What up, Philip? How are you? Welcome in.
Is life taking you on a journey, or do you set
Count
your
back
own?
with me, driver.
We all have a path to follow or forge. It intersects with others, stoplights and mergers and exits. Sometimes it stretches for miles alone. But we're not alone.
We're not alone, driver.
No matter what we might tell ourselves. If you've been with us before, you know what comes next.
Count back with me.
Take a deep breath and count back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This has been Radio 90 Night Drive.
Are we at a destination? I think we are. I think we are, baby. There it is.
Everything is relative.
You got the city.
That's not equivocation.
Yeah, we made it. But much like any journeys, do you really find an end? That's the thing I like about this game. You can choose to actually like say there is a destination, or that or you continue to drive. I love that. It's a meaningless choice, but it can feel like a lot. Oh, why are you bonking? Don't bonk. No violence. You're too kind. You're too nice to get bonked. You don't need to. But how are you, Philip? How's your day been? I mostly just want the achievement for going this way. I kept driving last time. Thank you for traveling with us. Didn't you? I heard it. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do it again. I'm gonna check my levels. Oh, so the levels are exactly the same height as the game volume. I'm actually turn that up just a skosh. Yeah, it did play, but I think it just got a little mixed up in the sound mix, unfortunately. I turned up just a skosh. Here we go. So the thing that is cool about this game is it does have a little collection aspect. So every time you have a conversation with someone, it's got you get a little juice in the cooler. So this was one of the people we talked to. They had a little strawberry. That's pretty cool. They have a little strawberry drink. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. I like that. Got clobbered by the soundtrack. Exactly. Get clobbered, bud. A little grapefruit surprise. Very cool. Alright, I'm aware that some of the conversations you may have on your journeys can be tough or bring up things that may struggle with personally. Whatever want to pry or judge, please let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds, but I won't bring this up again. You need help outside. Yeah, so like I said, there's some stuff. Sunny, I've never had a Sunny D. I'm okay. Please talk to me or someone else if that changes. So there is a thing in this game that I like a lot. So there are content filters you can turn off certain conversations. So if you don't want to talk about death or grief, or like a suicide conversation we had, abuse, you can turn all that stuff off. So you can have just more chill general life topics rather than about like some of this stuff, because it can get kind of real. But also, like, it does have a link directly to takethis.org, which is actually a very, very good site for mental health resources if you are in a tough spot. So like, hey, take a note of this website for sure. Use it, and even if you're not going to, just be aware this exists. Maybe you know someone who could use some resources and some help and someone to talk to during a tough time. And this is actually a pretty good place to start. So take this.org/resources. Trust me, it's pretty cool. Just saying. Not saying, but I'm just saying. Let's do another one. I forgot. forgot that was in. I forgot that was in there. Oh, that is hardcore. That is some black metal shit. Oh my god. I would listen. I would listen to Condemns to Puberty. I 100% would. Okay, I want to take the railway. I want to take the railway. We're gonna ride the train this time. Oh, that one's tough.
Welcome to Infinity Rail. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. As we hurtle through space together, I ask that you be kind to your fellow passengers. These rails that
we're gonna take a communal journey this time.
Are etched into a shared landscape.
I did not do this one yet. This is the first time that I've done the railway. Do not know the type of conversations that are gonna be in here.
Perhaps the basis for a bond, or the underpinnings of understanding. We're all heading in the same direction, and I know the regulars always enjoy a friendly chat. There's plenty to see, and seats are not assigned, so feel free to move about the train.
Okay. Talk to me, baby. Hey there, good to see you. Didn't know you'd be on this track. So this is the guy that's the first person we meet in all the different journeys. He kind of just talks about just some general stuff, and he's a cool dude. I like this person. I think like a long train ride to gather your thoughts after a tiring day. Bunch of people all on the same tracks, all of us on separate journeys, but journeying together. We're all heading in the same direction. Where are you headed? Just like us, just like Twitch chat. We're all just on a journey towards trying to not be bored in the evening. We're all journeying together. No, it's called Glitchhikers, so the people do glitch a little bit. Yeah, it's the game. You're good. You're good. It's meant to look like that. I can turn it off. I can turn it off if it's distracting. There is I can turn off the glitches there. If that's so we can test if it's you or not. Where are we going? I was sure I didn't put too much shit in that drink. I mean, that wouldn't be that bad, would it? Okay, where are we journeying to? I'm going somewhere I've been before. I'm trying to find myself. It's just a metaphor. I'm just going home. I'm going someplace new. I'm going somewhere I've been before. I'm trying to vibe. I vibed before. It's been difficult over the past while, which once again, I apologize. I have not streamed as much over the past little while. I'm trying to figure that out. Because there's a lot of other stuff I need to be working on and focusing on. So there might be some changes. Keep an eye out. If there is, you guys be the first to know. But I might be missing some streams occasionally, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So I want to go someplace familiar. I want to just chill and vibe. I want to go back to there. That's always nice. There's a comfort in the familiar, but even things we know well can still surprise us. I like the train. You get to go somewhere, maybe even see someplace new, but you just get to sit and enjoy it. You're not in charge. The tracks just go in one direction. It's like reading a good book, just along for the ride. I read one once about 3 lovers navigating the seas together. They encountered sea monsters and mysterious islands and gods of the waves. Honestly, I would love to play like an adventure game where the game kind of glitches out on you and you don't know if it's part of the game or not. That is a thing. So it depends on what you mean, because I can think of either a game like Inscription or something like that, where it's kind of intentional as part of the lore, or a game like Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery that has some elements that might be what you're looking for, potentially. Or like Fez, even. There's a lot of games that kind of use that. Or Tunic. Not Tunic. Tunic's a good example of that, actually. Like a really, really good example, I think. Yeah, that some games do that really, really well. I don't want to like list off a whole bunch and why, because that could be like spoiler territory. But yeah, some of them are pretty cool. I think there's some game where like it looks like a basic game, it's actually secretly crazy.
Stop. So
I mean, yeah. So that's like the Pony Island, the Hex, and Inscription. Like that, not Edmund. What's his name? I forget his name. But the guy that made those 3, that's his whole thing. Simple games that hide a much larger underbelly. yeah, I think you should check those games out. Check out Pony Island, check out The Hex, check out Inscription, preferably in that order if you can. I think you'd like them a whole lot. That sounds like something that'd be up your alley. Okay, good book. 3 lovers navigating the seas. They encounter sea monsters and mysterious islands. What kind of sea monsters, what kind of islands, what kind of gods? What kind of lovers, dude? Yo, spill the heckin' beans. Let's go. They were close friends who found themselves in each other, a bond forged through the crucible of the journey. Each had their own reasons for the journey, different things they were looking for. What they found, predictably, was each other. That's adorable. I found a love of story and journeys. I gotta get some more writing done. Come back in a bit. You got it, fam. All right, we got a bunch of floating pieces in the shape of a heart. Let's talk to you. Why not?
At Sojourner Valley.
We're arriving at the valley. It's okay. That's not our stop. We're still going. Your digital landscape bleeds into your daily life. Your life bleeds onto the digital landscape. You reveal so much of yourself, both consciously and unintentionally. Your identity is defined, quantified, commodified. Why? He's talking about the internet. He's talking about the internet. I don't do those things. It's the price we pay for convenience. That's kind of true. That is how social media and everything work. We give up our identity, our social data, for one thing or another, for connection, for money. We have a whole bunch of stuff. We don't have a choice. That's also a fair point. In order just to kind of exist in modern society, we also don't have a choice. Like, yeah, that's true. We don't have a choice. Like, you do, in the same way that you have a choice just to pack a bag and just go to the middle of the forest and build a cabin. But I mean, that's not really a choice. Is it? I don't think it is. Do you think it is? I don't think so. You signed the end user license agreement, though we understand it's not a true choice. One must exist in the world as it is, but the world can be changed. I agree. The world can be changed. But until then, we have to exist inside of it. It's just, it's just who changes the world, right? I don't know. We can't wait for it to change. We gotta enact it somehow ourselves. But everything's so big. That's why you unionize, baby. You unionize. You get together, you protest, you help other people. Community funds. You do all that stuff. That's how the world changes. Slowly, over time. Some people choose to lay bare their life in digital social spaces. They reveal some part of themselves to the world, to strangers. They open their lives to scrutiny. Hello? I'm feeling called out. Just a touch. Or the lives of their friends, family, children, sometimes without permission. That's fucked up.
If you look out the right side window in the next little bit, you might catch a glimpse of Mount Finite Resort.
Look at that.
A little secluded paradise up in these mountains.
Look at that. Look at that resort.
Never go on forever. We've all got lives we have to live and challenges to return to.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool resort. I like that. I like that you can look at these. I agree. It's a pretty good percussion. Nice. Get that bongo out. It is alluring, being constantly acknowledged, affirmed, capital L, liked. Yeah, 100% it is. Others do not so consciously reveal their lives, and yet their every decision, every movement, every click is nonetheless tracked, stored, and adapted to. Algorithms shape the spaces they travel through, shape their lives, but they do not even know who the algorithms work for. Yep, that's... So, media literacy used to mean just knowing who on the news had an agenda. That was it. Just understand what their point of view was. And that was kind of it. But now it's so far beyond that. It's where is your data being used for?
Lucid Lake.
It's who's benefiting off of what you're using. You have to include that in there. And it's so complicated. This guy looked crazy. Glitches back up. Let's find out. Now that we've established that it's not you, I do like the glitches. We're gonna leave them on. Yeah, media literacy is so difficult these days, especially try to teach somebody. We've grown up in it. At least I think the majority of us in chat have grown up with it. So we don't really think about it, but trying to communicate, like to my parents, about actually who owns what news company, what exactly Facebook is into, why Google actually is not that cool, why self-driving cars are a nightmare, like all this stuff that you kind of need to be aware of in order to exist and not just go along with it, just to go along with the manufactured consent of everything. It's unending. It is unending. We need better protections. We do need better protections. Google, don't be evil. I mean, Google now. What? I mean, at least they tried Stadia. They tried. It turned out the thing that's stopping Google from going pure supervillain is just they're kind of incompetent at a lot of stuff, which is unfortunate. Which is fortunate for us, I think. Like, just look at Stadia. That's a good sign.
At Lucid Lake.
We need better protections. People want to feel loved. People want to be baby. People want mommy. People want milk. People want to be loved. I hope you know what that's from. I hope so. The running nightmare. Don't forget about Google Music, Google Plus. I've loved Google Music. Oh yeah, that makes me so sad. Google Plus was just, I'm glad that one's dead. Google Music, I used that quite a bit. That was nice. People are taking advantage of. It is what it is. We need better protections. 100%. Protect people from those who would take advantage of them. Protect people from themselves. Yes to both. Privacy. Something you say you value and yet give up so quickly with a check that says, I agree to the terms of service. Oh, spit and fire. Agreement. Unanimity of opinion. Harmony in feeling. Few would truly agree to the terms, yet they choose to give up privacy, to give up freedoms for some fleeting benefit. Perhaps simply for a fleeting moment of joy. Yeah.
We need a little time with our thoughts.
That's true.
Give folks some time, and you may find them ready to share more of their story.
No!
Everyone likes to be seen and heard.
Look at
on their
him!
own terms.
Look at him go! I can't really get closer. I just walk past him. But look at him busking. Look at him. I would put $1 in his little hat. I would do that. Look at him jamming. Oh, this is the back of the train. That's pretty cool. Like you can sit in the train seat and just look out. It's pretty neat. Yeah, the whole online privacy thing. I really don't like how you are kind of forced to go along with it to a certain extent. But I also wonder, like, I do it, but I do it with the knowledge of what I'm getting out of it, and also knowing what I'm giving up. If you don't know what you're doing, that's truly terrifying. Like the amount that places like Facebook and Twitter, even like Twitch to a certain extent, kind of are able to shape your perceptions of the world. You need to be aware of it, and being aware of it goes a long way towards preventing it. But if you just go with everything, that's a problem. That's a major problem. But it's not on you. We need better protections. I disagree with that. I just major agree that things should just be safer in general. All right, we talked to you during the drive. What you got? The universe may have had a beginning, but time itself is infinite. Things will change. This will eventually fade to nothingness, but time will keep moving on forever. Moving on, something that can be a bit tougher for the rest of us. We linger over questions, over feelings, over regrets, over things we'll never know. Yeah, I guess time is infinite. I always thought the beginning of the universe was the beginning of time as well. These sites are driving engagement based on algorithms, but the problem is the algorithms are designed to increase engagement without regard to anything else. Exactly. You have to look at what is being encouraged. If engagement is being encouraged, then things like truthfulness is not being encouraged. if engagement is being encouraged above all, then things like the safety of other people is not being encouraged. Like, yeah, it's seen where the profit motives are. Yeah, and when things are done without regard to just baseline, just the needs of people over everything else, that's when problems happen. Twitter's a cesspool because people getting pissed on trials of engagement. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can 100% control the things you see on Twitter. I do think Twitter is one of the least worst places, except for places like Mastodon, which is completely separate, but Mastodon's also not for me. Yeah, that seems like more for just tight friend groups. There was another one that I signed up for that looked really cool, a new one that looked kind of Tumblr-esque.
Old Assurance Town is coming up here on the left.
Yeah, it's
Abandoned now.
Engagement is killing. Engagement's killer. It's 100% killer.
Instead,
but I feel that too.
New destinations together.
Yeah, new destinations on a train. That's cool. Like Twitch is all about engagement too, right? That's also the thing. I can't say that I'm immune to it. I want to find ways to get people to chat, to get people to talk and come by, because I mean, it's not profitable. Like, I'm losing money. I'm losing money streaming, to be fair. Like, for real. But it's fun. I enjoy it. But I mean, Twitch is still constantly pushing to get all your numbers up. And I try to resist it as best I can, but I still feel it. Engagement is a killer of everything. Twitter's like controllable if you just don't look at replies. I don't think there's any way you control that in general unless you want to block hundreds of people, which I did. There's services that have big block lists, and if someone's like a known racist or TERF or anything, they go on the block list, and then it automatically blocks it for me. I'm like, yeah. So occasionally I do just see, click to reveal reply, and I say, no, because I don't need to know who said that.
Resilience Peak.
So I blocked many people through services. I would highly recommend it. It makes Twitter very, very nice. All right, moving on. We have no choice though. We can't change the past. It's unhealthy to hold on. Time heals all. I find it too hard to move on sometimes. Oh, both of these are true. Time heals. So time does heal everything to a certain extent, but I mean, like we talked about with losing someone, you can't move on forever. Like, you can't move on from everything, rather. Some things stick around with you forever. I find it hard to move on. You and me both. The longest relationship I've had so far started in high school. I known her since before that, even part of the same little friend group for years. Yeah, the whole friends to lovers thing. All right, okay. Good for you, I guess. Once we all figured out we were queer, it went pretty hard, pretty fast. I was bi, we were in love, we spent the summer together road tripping across the solar system. We were going to go to the same school, live together, have a family even. We rented an actual U-Haul when we went to college. The love, the support we so often give to each other, and it's such an important time of our lives.
Now arriving at Resilience.
That's nice. That's awesome. At times it was the most wonderful thing. That's cool. I'm glad that this person was able to find that, especially so early in their life. I think that's a very good experience to have. I'm going to plug it for Reddit that would tag people posted in known bad subreddits. It was great to immediately knew when someone stunk. Interesting. Oh, so if the subs got yeah, okay, that checks out. Yeah, if they got banned, then yeah. Then if they can't go to those, they have to use like a different account or something. Wait, because I don't know how Reddit. I don't go on Reddit. Reddit is kind of a cesspool. So yeah, I don't go on there very often, but I can see that kind of plugin being very, very useful. Well, there's an argument, right, that people make about banning places and people, that it's better to know what people are doing than to ban it and have it go somewhere outside of your purview, outside of sight. I kind of disagree with that, because it's more about just keeping actual harmful stuff as limited as possible rather than keeping it public, because keeping things public, is also just tacit endorsement and advertising to other people and will just perpetuate it. When you make something less easy to access, then just less people will access it. So Facebook's roster was, yeah, I completely deleted my account last month. I feel very good. I missed out on Facebook Marketplace. It's unfortunate, but that's a small price to pay. 100% I agree. In the second year, I knew we'd have to break up. We also fought a lot, yelled, did things to each other emotionally. I mean, I guess that's the problem with having a relationship so soon also, because then you run into this type of stuff. I've never been in a relationship ever of this type. That's straight up true. Don't know if that's ever going to happen. I hope it does. I'm open to it, but I legitimately don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I've been around enough people that have got into relationships that have gone sour. Some people, it was a repeated thing. Several very bad relationships. Some people, it's only one, and a couple people that found somebody really good really quickly. But yeah, a very common thing when stuff goes bad is just inexperience and not actually being able to communicate properly. Either because they got into stuff too quickly, or they just don't have a lot of like life experience to a certain extent. This is all looking back. Like at the time, you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I'll be able to think about it more. Like, yeah, I don't think it's good to rush into relationships for this type of reason. Like there's high highs, but if you're not prepared, there's some very low lows. You can be very, very cruel. Sounds difficult. Fighting is inevitable. Why did you fight? I mean, it doesn't matter why you fought. Like, emotional manipulation is never acceptable. Fighting, like, conflict is inevitable. Fighting absolutely is not. Like, no. I've only gotten into, like, a couple fights in my life. Like, this is, no. It's called conflict resolution, not fighting. Jeepers. We could be most cruel to the people we most love. Yeah. When we love so strongly, every emotion is heightened. Every perceived infraction more painful. Every remark cutting deeper. A roller coaster of emotion we can't control. It took until third year before we finally did end it, though. That's how invested we were, I guess. Totally ignored that economics 101 advice about sunk costs. Parrot and I have never fought. We've had a few arguments. We've never had a fight. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I mean. You can argue, you can have conflict. That's inevitable because the only way that won't happen is if you actually think the same on everything, which isn't going to happen. But yeah, like fighting. If there's a fight, both people need to step back and think about why that's happening and stop it and resolve that. Like, that is straight up, like, yeah, conflict is gonna happen. Fighting does not. Fighting's always bad. Or at least for a long time, I felt like the benefits outweighed the costs. So there's your economics, I guess. In the end, breaking up was the right choice, just a late one. I mean, it's good to recognize that, too. But still, in moments like this, sitting alone with my thoughts, seeing time stretch before us like these rails, I wonder what I could have done differently. How much of it was because of her, and how much of the pain was because of me.
If you want to grab a snack, or perhaps converse with friends one last time before parting ways, I'd like to suggest our lovely cafe and lounge
bar. You go,
bar,
man. You go.
Right up at the front of the tray, where problems keep a meal with new friends soon.
Hello. Oh, it's the alien mama. She had the baby. The first time I played the game, she would go into the hospital. She's gonna have a baby. She had the baby. Look, I'm so proud of her. Good job. Yeah. These are all just people. Just trying to live life, doing what they do. Oh, hey, it's good to see you again. Come here, my little one. Thanks for getting me to that hospital. I guess that wasn't too long ago for you. Much longer for me. Big nice. What do you mean? Was that you in the airport? Congratulations on the baby. Yeah, congratulations on the baby. Well, yeah, I mean, the time thing I want to know more about. For me, it's been years and years since they were born. Just like it had been years and years between that drive and when I first met you in the airport. Oh, right, because we did meet her in the airport as well. Yeah. My people don't experience time the same way you do. It's like we stand in several eras like you stand on several patches of Earth. I feel like being thrown across time, pulled by the ebbs and flows of a river we don't swim in, but rather wade intermittently across. Oh, it's beautiful. Like, seeing time in a different order and, like, multiple at once. That's cool. That's a cool idea. I like that. To you, it seems like I'm jumping through time and space, existing here as an old matriarch and elsewhere as a young freedom fighter, all at once. You know, it's also made you a really profound fixture in my life. This strange ghost who appears at these significant times. I suppose it's not that much different for you, though, eh? That's fair, actually. You never know the effect that you have on people, or the effect other people have on you, until you just are able to recognize the time in your life, and like before and after. And after you meet certain people. That's true. Never underestimate the effect you have on folks, because you'll never know how big it is. Anyway, I wanted to say hi when I saw you in the car. I recognized you from back in the airport, but I couldn't go against the flow of our natural timeline any more than a fish could swim through a rock in the water. That's serious? That's wild. It's a metaphor for how we change over time, right? What's it like? Yeah, it's a metaphor, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's my life. I mean, it's my life, but if you can take something deeper from it, all the better. Wow. Passive aggressive, like, yo, that's like a metaphor. It's like, bitch, that's no metaphor. That's last week. That's how I live. Oh, that's great. I'm a blogger now. I can find a little time and energy for it between taking care of the little one. I've got a piece of maternity leave coming up, and I'm working on a heartfelt call to action to support refugees. Hell yeah, let's go. It's okay, Jared. We all get a Bon Jovi moment every now and again. I 100% read that in Mr. Jovi's voice himself. Oh, that's really funny. My people feed our young with our own life energy. It's not often that we can do that and juggle a career. Usually it's one or the other. And I don't have a partner or polycule to support me, so I just have to do what I can. But I love it. This life, finding a home here on Earth, bringing it to a new life. Hopefully, bringing it new life. Hopefully they won't have to fight like I did, but who knows? You know, I could always sense the arc of my life across time. That never gave me any real clarity or faith that I would make it through. Yeah, like I said, that I kind of envision things as like narrative arcs to a certain extent. I guess this character feels the same way.
Hey friends.
But yeah, never having clarity about how it's going to end. That's true.
Decommissioned cosmic memorial bridge. For decades, workers toiled to span the valley.
Thanks for the lurky animal. Take it easy. Hope you have a good one.
But all too soon it left the bridge behind. And now all that remains are memories.
That's a cool looking bridge. Look at that bridge up there. That is a cool bridge. Now, especially not when I was young, when I was fighting, I had to create that faith myself. And here I am. Good job. I'm proud of you. Proud she was able to... Ooh, cool. He just was playing his piano. He just going. That's supposed to be a city over there? I don't know. That's cool. I like this. That's pretty neat.
Next stop, Sublime.
Not many folks on this train today. It's you again! Hello! Love these in-between spaces. I know, they're so cool! Welcome back, Frost. How was your trip to the grocery store? Hope it went well. Hope you got home safely. What'd you get? What's your haul? What's your haul, bud? We're gonna talk about internet privacy. It was good. Heck yeah. A figure ground diagram is a map that denotes built space in black and unbuilt space in white. Gambatista Nolly took this premise one step further. All public areas would be white, even enclosed or built ones, denoting open civic spaces. Okay, it's places where you could go. Okay, interesting. Train to bed, have a good one. Have a good one, Kirby! Thank you so much for popping in and chilling. I'm very happy that you did. Hope you take it easy. Have a lovely night. I hope tomorrow treats you exceptionally well. and take it easy. And I will try to have a good one. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Is this, I wonder if this is a reference to third spaces, like places that you can exist without, like between home and work type of thing. That sounds useful. I agree. It does sound useful, like to know public spaces just in general. That'd be neat.
At Sublime.
Soap and ice cream and toothpaste and ice cream and eyeball juice and ice cream. You got so much ice cream, my goodness. Wait, what do you mean eyeball juice? Hold on, pardon? Oh, tell me more. A demonstration of how space is used, what space is accessible, available, what space is private. Interesting. Oh yeah, you might want ice cream. Heck yeah. I hope, yeah, it's gonna be fun. When's she showing up tomorrow? Now you open so much of your life to strangers, broadcast through the world, listening devices brought into your home on purpose. That's a fair point. The space between private and public is so mixed now. Instead of white and black, it's all gray. 7 p.m.-ish. Gotcha. A supposition. Should there no longer be black space on Nolly's map? Need shades of gray. That's not really how it works. That would make it less useful. Maybe. Shouldn't be that way. Yeah, though maybe it needs shades of gray. I mean, I literally said gray, so. Let's go. Context and complexity will intensify. Data will layer and compound. You must wonder if anyone will take a black brush to the map once more. He's just straight up. This dude's straight up like, yo, we need to regulate Facebook. Regulate Facebook, kick Alexa out of your house, put Siri to the curb. We need private spaces once again, which I appreciate.
You're here on your own journey, and no one else will ever really know what that journey is.
Yo, what's up, dude?
We're all on our own journeys, and maybe our stories.
It's interesting that you like that dude the most. He's the most to the point, I think. Just supposition. This is a thing. This is a thing. Maybe this thing. Everyone else is like, yeah, I was 7 once and the universe exploded, but I had a girlfriend and we drove a car through space, and then we talked about a whale. Like everyone has like these crazy stories, and this one guy's like, computer. This is a thing. The subject matter. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. There's something special about all of us heading in the same direction. A community, a collective journey. Lots of people have tried to show that we tell the same stories, all of us, all around the world. Yes, 100% true. Like that is the thing people have tried to do. People like Joseph Campbell, with Hero of a Thousand Faces, and just different archetypes. It's not accurate, and it's kind of a Joseph Campbell is like The Power of Myth is a fantastic series of interviews, fantastic book. I would highly recommend you read it. He's also kind of a racist in a lot of ways, which is unfortunate, but it's an interesting way to think about things, and seeing the commonalities between narratives and between societies is really interesting. But I don't think it's fully accurate all the time necessarily. Archetypes, common patterns to journeys and heroes, the 7 common structures. Of course, it's not really true. This guy matches my opinion exact. Oh my goodness. Examples are cherry-picked and full of Western bias. Thank you. Yes. Imposing archetypes on other cultures can be a pretty big stretch. Not every civilization truly uses the same patterns. No, so in my mind, that stuff has more to do with taking foreign concepts and translating them into Western concepts for us to understand, not necessarily being, oh, this is a thing that we came up with. I think it's more translation back to us, or that's how it should be used. It's having that type of archetype rather than, yeah, because imposing archetypes on other cultures, yeah, you can't assume that you know everything about something because you see some commonalities. Like, absolutely not. Different cultures are very different. That is also kind of what I meant by not being fully true. Imposing those structures is an act of colonization. Imposing? Yes, 100%. Forcing all stories in the same patterns creates a dearth of innovation. I disagree also. Like, I also firmly believe in the nothing new under the sun type of thing. Everything that's been done and said has been done and said already. We're just remixing it. But you can remix things in an infinitely interesting ways. So I don't fully agree with that. Is value looking for the common threads? Oh, that's true. There could be a common pattern, but we haven't solved it yet. No, there's value looking for commonality. Like, just in looking for commonality, I definitely see value, for sure. Imposing our own interpretation of stuff, no, but trying to see where those threads might lie, I do think is interesting. There's something to be said for finding commonality with those who are different. We're all human, those of us that are human, but you can't shoehorn other cultures to fit your ideals. Yeah, exactly. Like that stupid, that flippin' Matt Walsh guy, that asshole. He made that What is a Woman documentary, which is, I'm not getting into, but holy shit, what a goddamn trash fire. Fucking, oh my god, I hate him so much. But part of what he did was he went to an African tribe to talk to them about their gender ideas, and the only reason he did it was because they matched his preconceived notion about what gender is, and then also ignored their entire the rest of their societal practices, which include different stages of both masculinity and femininity, which Western culture doesn't have, but he completely bypasses it because he's trying to impose his own belief onto. Oh my god, it's so incredibly harmful. It's so incredibly shitty. Yeah, do not shoehorn other cultures to fit your ideals. It's not. Oh my god, I fully agree with this. There's so many examples of that happening, and it's just, it just makes me sad. History isn't made by solitary people on mythic journeys performing great acts. That's very true. It's made by the multitudes, the people who stand up or help each other, communities and cascading decisions, and cultures. Yeah. We need a new model of storytelling. Focus on specific characters, makes for a better story, though. I mean, yeah, but story versus truth? Like, history is a story in that we're interpreting events through linear time, through a certain filter. Like, we can't just say this person did all this stuff. That's how we get the Elon Musk problem. And like, I hate Elon Musk. All the good shit that he did, he didn't do. All he did is invest, and investment isn't an action. It's just allowing action to happen. I hate it so much, but because the focus on the individual makes for a quote-unquote better story, he's the one that goes down in history. And it's just, it hates me. It burns me, bud. That model permeates all media, including history. Yeah, for individuals, 100% it does. The truth is too complex. Our brains leave room for so many human connections. No, permeates media, 100%. Because that's also how we experience. That's how we experience history. That's how we experience what is happening through the world, is through media. That's it. And as well as the individuals that we meet. So we are very individualistically focused.
Infinity's Edge.
I guess is one way of saying it. So so it's going to be reflected in media as well, but it's not an accurate representation about how things happen. Oh, history indeed. Shut up, man. What do you mean? It's male. He's implying that everything's male focused, which, while not necessarily incorrect, is also dependent on culture, and also that's not. I don't like that. I think that was unnecessary. It's everywhere, in the news and in schools and how we understand the world, but the complexity of the truth is vital. Nothing can be boiled down to simple cause and effect. I agree. That is true. There are common human stories: survival, love, attempts to explain the cosmos. Yeah. Commonalities, common threads, that's true. I'm writing a new story. A story about friendship. Of being on a journey together. A little on the nose, I know. Come back later, maybe I'll tell you about it.
Do you know your destination?
Yeah. He go tell us about his novel.
If you feel a pull towards one of our stops, who's to say it's too soon? Your journey is your own.
I don't know. While a focus on the individual part of history and media and everything is a problem, and that it doesn't get across the subtleties of how things actually happen, there is kind of a necessity to simplify things in order to actually get information across, because everything is infinitely complex. If you try to include actually all the detail and all the people that are involved in a decision and an event that occurred, you will literally be talking about it for the rest of your life. everything is huge. It's way too long and just extends so far into the past, and effects of everything extends so far into the future. You have to simplify it somehow. I do accept that. I just think maybe focus a little less on an individual. Like, what was that IGN line? It's like, oh, hold on. What? Hold on. There's an auteur line. Oh, the heck, Ken Levine. Was it Ken Levine?
Next stop, Disappointment Lake.
There was a line that IGN had, where it's like, games aren't made by individual. Yeah, Warren Spector. It's like, games aren't made by individuals. They're made by teams, said Warren Spector, the creator of Deus Ex. It's just missing the entire point. It's so, oh my god. Yeah, the focus on the individual is so ridiculous. Also, what up, Jawless? Also, ow, how dare you? Welcome in, we're talking. We're gonna talk to Mama with her space baby. Let's talk about a space baby. You probably have some questions for me, eh? Happened to your planet? Were you injured? How's the baby? So it's always been you this whole time. What happened to your planet? What happened to your planet? Since I left? Torn apart, I assume. But right, there was a war. I remember. Yeah. I got you. How are you, Jawless? How's your night treating you? We put so much of our personal energy force into the children we raise. When they're finally grown, we don't have much time left. We pour our remaining energy into some project or cause, artists leaving behind a catalog of masterpieces, teachers leaving behind texts and studies. Those who choose not to have children at all can pour immense energy into the system.
Arriving at Disappointment Lake.
Yo, that's a mood. I probably have a summer home at Disappointment Lake. Some do it out of altruism, some out of greed, politicians and corporate executives gaining great power and wealth. The intensity and focus of these individuals often overwhelmed the market, the government, and the will of the people, but they were also seen as rock stars and spent massive amounts to have PR campaigns reframe their greed as greatness and good. One more day of work. Greatness and vision. Good. Got one more day of work before vacation. Nice! Are you going somewhere on your vacation? Just vibing at home? A little staycation? What's going on with that? That's awesome. I hope you enjoy it. That's what ultimately doom the planet, of course. These so-called visionaries promise a solution to the oncoming cataclysm and instead hoarded away wealth and power while the rest of us suffered. Metaphor for climate change and capitalists not doing a thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Going to Chicago. Nice. Business of friends. That's really cool. Chicago's a really cool city. I've heard a lot about it. That's awesome. I'm very happy. I'm very happy they were able to take that vacation, and you're gonna have a great time. That's awesome. I hope you come back and I hear all about it. That'll be cool. It's basically the same here. 100%. Is having children worth it? Ooh, that's interesting. I would actually like to know. I have complicated thoughts about this, so. Because honestly, I don't know. Because I personally do not want children. Because I don't like the world they would be growing up in, necessarily. Or at least the world that I would be able to provide for them. I do not. That's where I'm sitting. I do think having a child because of getting something out of it yourself is kind of inherently selfish in a way. I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel that way. No shade across anyone who has kids or wants to have kids. Zero shade at all. That's just where I'm currently at for me. Why did you choose to have a child? That sounds awful. People here are often asked to pick between having children or a career. I mean, there's a whole bunch here that I kind of agree with, but I'm going to ask if children are worth it, because we're not going to get an answer necessarily, but having a viewpoint would be interesting. To some, absolutely, of course, but it's not for everyone, and that's fair. Just like here on Earth, you get to choose what your priorities are, what you're able to give. So that's why we had to fight, but it was a losing battle. We're fighting against the tide, the endless battle against our worst impulses and the dark side of our fellow people. When we knew it was lost, we formed a corps to assist the meager evacuation of our people. Stolen Ark. You know the rest. Part of me wanted to follow my comrades who pledged to hunt down the elites who ruined our planet and left everyone to fend for themselves. I was so consumed by rage. Oh, very sad. But my wounds were barely healed, and I knew it was too late for our planet, for those of us who survived. Anyway, for those of us who survived anyway, I had to look at my uncertain future. I felt the pull across time. I could see a car. I was a passenger, and there's a sense of joy in life. All of us, star stuff. So I left my core behind, as well as what remained of my planet. The two causes I had spent my life in service to. I didn't take much of anything. I didn't want to deprive those who were fighting on, and I decided to stay here. Okay. Was it worth it? Any regrets? Do you like it here? Was it worth it? Yeah, was it worth it? I mean, I would assume it's worth it. Still trucking. We saved the lives of a lot of people. I think that was worth it. I agree. Man, I don't know if I like the idea of actions or things that we do in life as being defined as having to be worth it by some objective measure, I guess. Like the idea that like we saved a lot of lives, that means it was worth it. Like attaching a number to it, like is like streaming, right? What I'm doing right now, is it worth it? I honestly, I don't know. I hope it would be worth it if people get something out of it, if people are able to feel a little bit less alone, maybe at some point during the day, just make their day a little bit better. I think that'd be worth it. Am I going to know that's the case? Never. Not once. Not never, never, never. I'll never know that. I'm having a good time. And I guess that also makes it worth it, I guess. But there's no like objective number that I can say makes something worth it. It's completely, you kind of got to go with it. It's what, if it meets your goals. If you don't have a goal, then it can't be worth it because you don't know if you met it or not. And if something doesn't meet your goal, is that wasted time? I don't know. Does that make streaming a nearly purely selfish action? I mean, honestly, I think so to a certain extent. If we want to get into it, we can get into that. But I do think streaming kind of is, because it in no way is a selfless one. Let's say, or nothing matters, and if it was enjoyable, it was worth it. I disagree. I can disagree because there's a lot of harmful stuff that is enjoyable that no one should do. Like, I can't, just enjoying something is not enough of a baseline for making something worth it, in my opinion. Do I enjoy it enough? I put a lot of time into it. I put a lot of energy. I put a not unsignificant amount of resources into it. Like internet. I could have moved to a couple different places last week. I could have chosen a couple that one looked pretty good, but the internet was not good enough to stream, so I didn't do it. Like, there's something that I gave up in order to continue to do what I like doing. Something that's not harming anyone, of course. Even that, like, don't harm yourself. Something could be enjoyable and still harmful. I don't think you should do it. That's a me thing, though. I can't stop anybody from doing stuff. So from a standpoint, the selfishness isn't an inherently destructive action. I also think so, but it also brings others a sense of community, and that's what's important. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I think there's elements of both. I don't think an act that benefits yourself is inherently selfish. I think selfishness implies negativity. If it's not a negative action, it isn't selfish, it's something else. But that's just like, that's more a wording than anything else. Anyone including oneself. Okay, all right, okay. I got you, Frost. I think we got you. A lot of my life has been predicated on the idea of helping other people, which isn't always a good thing. A lot of the time that I've spent and things I've done was primarily focused on other people, and that was a serious problem for many, many years. So, but that's also something I can't shake about myself either. Like, if something's only for me, it has to really have a benefit for me to see it as worth it. That's just a part of who I am at this point. So, yeah, that's also part of, like, streaming is such a weird thing because it is kind of inherently narcissistic to a certain extent. Do I have something that I think other people should see or can get something out of? Honestly, I don't think so. But that sense of community and like the friends I've made while streaming, having a routine, it's been really good for me. And that's why I continue to do it. Even though I've missed a couple times, I've continued to do it for those reasons, which are kind of selfish, but are also unrelated to the actual stream itself, which I wish I could do better. I do want to give people something that they don't get. Maybe not, I'm not going to say that they don't get elsewhere. I don't presume to be that creative or that special that I can offer something like that, but just something that's more interesting. And it's a flippin' struggle. It's so hard to come up with stuff. Like I do have a little list of things I want to do that I can't. I don't have the resources to do. I think the community and the friends you've made means that they value it too. I guess, I don't know. You know me. We've talked about it. I don't have the confidence to say that for sure. All I can do is hope that's the case. But yeah, like I just trying to make something special for me and special for the people that come in is very difficult, and I still don't think that I've been able to do it to the extent that I would want to. So, but does that matter? Is it still worth doing? I don't know. Whether or not your thing is unique, it's providing value, people would go elsewhere. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And but that's also that ties it into metrics, and the one thing I can't do is focus on metrics either, because like if people are getting a lot of value from doing what I'm doing, shouldn't I have more people watching? Honestly, I have no idea, and if I don't know, why should I focus on it? But that was the only kind of feedback I actually get, so it's back and forth, and one person makes it enough. See, that's the kind of mindset that I try to have. Exactly. The people that do show up, I hope that while they're here, they have a nice time, that they're able to feel welcomed, they're able to feel heard if they want to say something, and just able to vibe and not yeah, and just feel like they're appreciated in some way, because they are. You all are appreciated. Even everyone is. Everyone that pops in is very appreciated. So I do have that. I do try to have that mindset. But yeah, it's what makes something worth it or not, because that's the original point. Like tying something being worth it to some sort of objective metric, I don't think is inherently good. But also this middle ground of not knowing if something's worth it or not, or basing it off my own feelings about something.
Next stop.
That's also not great.
Foggy level.
The froggy level. Oh, foggy, not the. I thought we were gonna see the little green hoppers. Very sad. Anyway, yeah, that's all. That's a big tangent. Anyway, we're talking to the eyeball lady. I don't regret fighting, even though it was horrific and haunting, even though my people lost, and even though I got shot in the head. Wow, okay, got shot in the head. I wouldn't have wanted to flee my homeworld until I was sure I had done everything I could. There's some fights that must be fought, don't you think? I agree. Some fights gotta be fought. You know, I can see my galaxy from here. I think that's one of the reasons I chose this place. I'll tell my little one all about it someday.
Just a friendly reminder that you're not alone out there. We're all on the same journey together. And we hope to see you again.
That's pretty cool. He's not actually playing that. Look at his fingers. Look at his fingers. Listen to those music. Those aren't the keys he's hitting. What is he doing? What is he hiding? What is he hiding? He's doing a good job though. He's doing the best that he can.
Now arriving at foggy level.
There's very little fog here to call it foggy level, I think. It's more like shed. Welcome to shed. Because that's what's here. Anyway, I don't really have a point to anything we're talking about. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about stuff. Talk to me, internet privacy man. We have been running further calculations on the question of voluntary relinquishment of privacy. In a world that wants you to commodify you, and in a world that wants to control you, reassertion of privacy is vital. Agree. Privacy is vital as a principle. To allow utter surveillance puts power into the hands of others, people who may not have the best interests of humanity at heart, who seek only success in a flawed system. Agree. Big agree. Massive agree. What control do we have in society right now? That's the actual problem. Privacy is a preeminent priority. Big agree. People have nothing to worry about if they've done nothing wrong. Fuck that, narc. Privacy is one of many concerns. That's also true, but I do think I mean, privacy itself just has other issues, because like anonymity on the internet, for instance, has there's a lot of reasons for it. I do not want it to go away, but it does have a lot of problems. I.e. people talking and planning terrible things on the internet. So I would say it's one of many problems. One cannot solve all problems at once, but one can still solve problems. Yeah, it is one of many, and that is not a reason to not work on it. I agree. And yet, people desire connection. You live in a world that can seem uncaring, in systems that value commodities more than people. It is a system that rewards self-interest and people who proclaim false imperatives like the survival of the fittest, but it is a flawed view. It is a flawed view. The survival of the fittest means hospitals shouldn't exist. Because, hey, if you're not fit, you shouldn't survive. Well, we make hospitals to make sure that doesn't happen. Survival of the fittest is a lie imposed by people who see themselves as the fit, and no one else is fit to survive. That is I reject. If someone says survival of the fittest, big sus. I bring the big sussy eyes and look at him. I look at him like, ooh, you sure about that, man? You sure about that, bud? I don't know. And it's big suspicious on that one. Humanity rose to prominence precisely because of its ability to work as a whole, as a community. You can uplift those that need help, who contribute to society in different ways, caring for our young, solving new problems, creating art. You can have privacy and community. True? Oh, well, no, not necessarily. How can you have a community if no one knows actually anything about you? I don't think that's possible. Community and openness is vital. That's no longer the need. Yeah, both is vital. What do you sacrifice for that openness? That's the question, and that's where the line is very difficult to draw. But it's the profit motive, right? If you remove the profit motive, that line becomes much clearer. Why do people need to have information that can be used against us? People don't need that information, but other information that we are willing to give and is completely under our control, I mean, that allows us to draw the line, not someone else draw it for us. That doesn't, I guess, I don't really know if that makes sense. I'm kind of babbling a little bit, I think. But yeah, I believe that we should all have much more control over what we can share, in order that, yeah, we can decide for ourselves where that line is drawn. I think privacy is something that we hold sacred, but at some point we will not possess anymore. I think we overvalue it to compensate for how much of it being taken from us. I see it more of a, well, as most things, I see a lot of stuff as a pendulum, where it swings one way. So the pendulum has swung towards us not having any privacy, so our valuation of it is higher than it would be if the pendulum was in the opposite direction, where everyone is perfect privacy and perfect control. When the pendulum swings that far, then people are like, oh, privacy is not that big a deal, and then we'll start sharing stuff again, and then the pendulum will swing back in the other direction. So I do think it's overvalued, but I think in order for us to get the pendulum to start swinging the other direction, we have to treat it and value it as a bit more than I guess it objectively is, or potentially is, because otherwise, then where's the energy to change things? And just because it's gonna go, it could go away, I don't think that's a reason to not value it or hold on to it while we can. I don't know. Privacy is important, but it's more how that stuff is being used. I think it's more about how that stuff is being used than just the idea that someone has access to it, I guess. I guess that's the real problem. And since we can't change how people are going to use it, we can only change whether or not they have access to it. At one point in the future, we won't have it. It won't likely be in our lifetime that we experience this, but think of AI that can nearly totally read our thoughts through our ambient facial expressions, brainwave emissions, etc. That's not the case, though. That's 100% is not the case. They cannot do that because the people who code AI are the same people that have already interpreted it. They're the ones that told it, oh, when it's this, it means this. And those are also the people that refuse to train AI on, for example, black faces. Like, that is not the case. Believing that AI can do that, just the term AI, is buying into their propaganda. It's not inevitable because that's straight up not the case. Like, no, that's not the case. It is 100% not inevitable, and it's only because we believe that the people making this technology and take the privacy away can do it. It's because we believe it, that's why we let them. Nah, I reject that. I 100% reject it. Not a modern concept of AI. I think sci-fi futurism AI, the kind of self-aware. Nah, I don't believe it's gonna happen. That's a different thing. I rescind that I believe it's not gonna happen. I will say that I don't know enough about it. My gut says no for all my sci-fi, all my current knowledge. I don't believe that's the case. But I guess it depends on your definition of self-aware. But regardless, hold on to it. Privacy is important. Take some of it back. The only way that AI will take over and all that, if we completely get rid of privacy, is if we let it happen. That's it. Just bring a can of spray paint with you, start painting over cameras. Then how are they going to do it then? Riddle me this. Become ungovernable. That's what's important. Treasure it. Yeah, like a little puppy. Like a little puppy you take home and you pet and you're like, yeah. And then you have a nice time. Eventually the puppy's gonna go away. Or not. Who knows? All the puppies I have are gonna live forever. Speak for yourself. My privacy is mine. I'm gonna hold on to it. Perhaps that is why you open your lives. Humanity can thrive as community. But it must shed its flawed systems first. Yeah. Yeah. That checks out. Tell me about your novel, bud. Privacy puppy TM. That's me. I'm the privacy puppy.
Now arriving at Ambivalent Cliffs.
I was gonna say something and I lost it. My brain. There was gonna be a punchline to that, but my brain just completely lost it. It's very late. I met them one day when I was getting away from my parents down at the water. We became fast friends, playing games of make-believe, telling each other stories of sea monsters and gods. One day we found stop breaking and giving my information. One day we found a secret island out in the water. When we were there, it seemed like time stood still. We'd play for hours and hours, or sit quietly and dream as the stars rose and fell. When we came home, no one had missed us. Is this a story you're writing? Yeah. Does writing it make it real, or was it real already? Oh, deep! I'm not sure. Some folks you like, you enjoy their company, you're good friends, but they still take energy to be with. You get tired eventually, you need a break. True. But they were so easy to hang out with. We could talk for hours or sit in silence. There were no expectations, no demands, no hurt feelings or drama, just existing together. You ever one of those friends who takes no energy at all to be with? You can enjoy just being around, even if you're not doing something together? Absolutely. In person? No. But I absolutely have. I have a couple of those friends. They're the most viable relationships I've ever had. Hold on to those friendships if you can. They are ones that can last forever. Bonds that hold the universe together. It's one of the reasons I'm writing this. We all need a connection of some kind. And those connections are out there. The stories are out there waiting to be heard. We're not solitary creatures. We're on this journey of life together. We're all headed in the same direction. Where are you headed? I'm going someplace familiar, like I said before. Why do you keep asking me this question? A return to comfort, a bond that draws you back. Exactly. I'm just trying to vibe, pal. It's nice getting to know you a bit more. Maybe I'll see you up in the meal car. Enjoy the journey.
We here at Infinity Rail are happy to support the artists in our community and hope you enjoy the live music. Please don't disturb the performer while they are working.
Oh, the music is diegetic, complete diegetic. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, he just busking. We're right by the drum set. Look, listen to him go.
Next up, on Rondo Park.
I'm like a skipped stone in that river of time. With each splash and skip, I intersect with your world and your timeline. But now I've dropped below the surface, and my stone will forever exist in this time and place. Does that make you sad? Right, they're talking about the mixed up perception of time. When I was young, I thought it might be sad, but that's just another stage of life. And I like my life. I'm glad you like your life. I think it's good if people like their lives. I can't see what comes next. No feeling of that arc to come. To be honest, it's not that much different than before. I still have to have that faith that I'll make it through. I'll just keep doing this for as long as I can. I feel like a cake! Oh, everything's a cake! My goodness. What year was the everything's a cake? Was that last year? Or was that like 2020? The whole meme where like the guy goes around and grabs for the doorknob and the doorknob turns into cake, and then he picks up a hammer and the hammer turns into cake, and he grabs his butt and his butt is cake. Everything is cake. All those TV shows about cake. The whole TikTok thing about things that look like other things turns out to be cake. When was that? When the heck was it? When was the cake apocalypse? It's still kind of oh, I do like good cake, but stop making it look like things. All the fondant's gross, and it just, stop it. Just make good cakes, please. When did it start, though? Something delicious, full of rich ingredients, formed from all the things I've survived, baked by the fires of my home, the pressure of parenthood, and now here I am, and I'm proud. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm happy for her. I give my child my energy and attention and focus. I share my life experiences with my blog audience. I am content for my energy to be consumed. It's very slowly but gradually exhausting. I feel that, bud. Oh, that's a mood. I keep offering up pieces of myself, and one day there will be nothing left. But I'm not unhappy with this. To be honest, when I was younger and my world was ending, that's also a mood. It felt like pieces of myself were falling away all the time, like I was disintegrating. This instead is fulfilling. I'm glad you're content. I'm glad she's content. That's awesome. It's good, because I do know there's some people out there like that. So you helped me get here, you know, these conversations, affirmations, and introspection. I hope it's helped you too. You know, I wasn't sure if Earth was right for me at first. I mean, there are certainly a lot of problems here too, but then I found this blog of poems, made up words describe obscure sorrows. It was 2020, man. Cake and sourdough. That's the year of baked goods, I suppose. I wonder if anything else happened that year. We'll never know. I wonder if something happened that kept everyone inside to just spend a lot of time with the oven. Who knows?
Next stop.
Crazy world we live in. Crazy world. That's where I learned about Sonder and why I decided to blog myself. This strange probing of experience that exists between the units of language humans have available to themselves. These experiences there were no words for, that yet we all feel at times. Particularly warm? I mean, with all them ovens going, it would get warm pretty quick, I would assume. There's another word I found there. Onism. The feeling of being stuck in just one body, in one time, looking at all the places you could be, but aren't. Yeah. I don't like that at all. So, that's another thing. So, I do have... When I decide to do something... I mean, everyone does a cost-benefit analysis, right? Like, how long is it going to take? Do I want to do it? Is it going to cost money? Like, everyone does that stuff before they decide what to do. I also take into account all the things that I could do with that time that I now will not be able to do in that time. Which is not ideal, but that feeling of, like, you're looking at all the possibilities and you know that you can't have all of them, it's kind of paralyzing. And it's not good. It's not healthy. But I can't help it, of thinking of things that way sometimes. But this person's more about, like, the sense of time. But, yeah, look at all the places you could be but aren't. That's what I should be feeling now that my stone has settled. But onism is related to monism, the inherent oneness of all things. We all have these feelings. We all share the gift of consciousness and everything that comes with it. And I'm content now with who I am. With what made me. We're all star stuff. Okay. Like I said, I'm glad you're content. hope one day I'm content. I hope one day everyone is content. That's one of the main goals, I think.
The cafe is closed now, but the Infinity
But
Rail Lounge is
it's
always open.
it's
Take your
difficult. It's
friends
definitely
and traveling
difficult.
buddies to meet you up front, and when you're ready, take a seat and see this journey through in style with your fellow passengers.
Oh, my folks, I'm my friendos. The three passengers that we were with. Oh, they took all the seats. I literally can't sit in any of these. Oh, there we go. To journey alongside others is to share, even for a moment, a common bond. All those others out there heading in the same direction, sharing this one experience. This will make for a good story someday. If one builds the right community, they can accomplish much. I agree with all of those things. Thanks for joining us tonight. We did it. Yeah, it's interesting. So all these conversations were specifically about community. Oh, achievement lock, community meal, hooray. Yeah, it's all specifically about community, about what you want, privacy, what you would give up in order to create community, the like birth, and what also what you're giving up for community, and like where yourself fits in. And then the artist who's talking about like the three different people and is creating connections between people. Interesting. That's what the train's all about. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like those convos. Those convos are pretty good. They're all good. Okay. It's pretty late. That is quite enough. Oh, hello. Nice night out here. So you on the train? Yeah, it's a good gig. Taking a break now, though. I like your music. You do good. Although you faked playing the piano, which is a little bit sus, but it was pretty good. Well, thanks. I burned some CDs at the internet cafe, but I don't have any on me. Music's an important part of my life, but it's always tough when you make a hobby into a career. You need a new hobby or something else to change things up. I get involved, important cause and things. Community organizing, protest against fascism. There's a reason I wear a mask. Let's go, bud. But music's still my main gig. Navigating the waters of being an artist in late capitalism. You know how it is. True. Digital vinyl, busking, selling. These are the things I think about. Stop by if you want my take. Take a break. Come back another time. I want you to play some music. What you got to say for yourself? I'd like to ask some questions. Do you have anything? Nah, it's fine. Anyway, he doesn't have anything new. So, yeah. That's it. It's pretty late. It's about 11 p.m. I have to work tomorrow, like I worked today, and I have to work the next day. So that's gotta be it. I hope you vibed a little bit. I hope you're able to vibe. And I'm glad you hung out. I'm very happy you're able to hang out and chill for a little while. Couple things. First of all, we'll find someone to raid. Don't you worry. So you can just keep on vibing as you were. Tomorrow, if you're not in the Discord, you should be, because we're going to be hopping in VR chat. We're going to be watching a movie. Probably the Princess Bride is what's on deck, but I might change it. I'm unsure currently. I do still want to see it, but there's another friend who wanted to see it, so maybe we might move it to another day. We're gonna watch something tomorrow though, so join the Discord if you're not, and then you can hop in and VRC with us. You don't need VR for it. It'll be a fun time. Another thing, I might be changing my schedule up a bit, or maybe going a little bit looser with it. Just have potential days rather than guaranteed streams, because I've been missing a bunch lately, and I just need to recognize that I'm not cut out for streaming as much as I have been, even though I already don't stream very much. But just be honest and just take it a little chiller, potentially. Other than that, I do plan to stream on Friday, something with VR. I got a new game working. It's called Musical Range. We might check it out. It's kind of a neat little rhythm game instrument thingy-mabob. It's pretty fun. So we might look at that, or we might do something else, or who knows? It depends. We will see. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Keep an eye on Discord to know if I'm streaming or not. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Quick gut check. Quick little gut check. Everyone doing good? Everyone doing all right? Everyone doing fine? I hope you're doing fine. Okay. We'll find someone to raid. I know it's pretty late. I know everyone lurking. So we'll find someone chill. We'll find someone chill for you. And once again, thank you very much for chilling with me and just being around. Just being around, being cool. Who's online? So many people playing horror games today. Someone making horror arts. Oh my goodness. You haven't okay. No, you're not. You aren't. You're just vibing. You're just vibing. We're gonna raid Tim again. We're gonna raid Tim. Tim is playing some Undertale, and he's awesome. And I think he's the chillest person going on right now. So we'll raid Tim. We'll raid Furrow. Furrow's flipping dope. Hello, Wombat. Thank you so much. Thank you for the Prime sub. Oh my god, that means so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Yeah, if you're just lurking, I'm not so sure why you would pop in, because only like 10 people follow the category. But if you're popping in, hey, appreciate a follow. If you enjoy the streams, I'd also appreciate a subscription. You get some emotes. You won't get the beginning ad. It means a lot. It mean a lot. It helped me out a whole bunch. That's all. We're gonna raid Tim. Tim's cool. Tim's a little ferret man, and he's awesome. So say hi. Give him a little kiss. Give him a little hello. Give him a little chill time. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to him. I hope everyone takes it easy. Have a good night. I'll see you later. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. You deserve care. You deserve appreciation. And I think you're pretty cool. Thank you so much for popping in. And thank you for watching. Have a good night, everybody.